Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dak Shepard. I'm joined by Monica Padman.
Hello.
We are now 0 degrees of separation.
I know. That's exciting.
I know. This is a wildly popular game people play.
It is. We didn't even bring it up in the episode.
I know. Originally, I was nervous to even bring it up, but then I found out he's embraced it. At first, it drove him nuts, I think, but then he really has learned to embrace it.
Yeah, which I think is...
the right call.
Yes.
Yes. Kevin Bacon. Oh, did this guy make me want to do everything when I was a kid. Oh, I just thought he was the coolest human being on the planet. I still think he's the coolest human being on the planet.
He's very cool.
But my God, I saw him in Footloose. I'm like, I want to move to a small town and dance. Mm-hmm. I saw him in that bicycle movie. I want to be a bicycle messenger. Anything he did, I wanted to do it. Tremors, Sleepers, not Sleepers, Mystic River, Apollo 13, of course, City on the Hill on Showtime. And he has a new movie out on Peacock right now called They, Them. It was really awesome to get to sit down with such a hero, Kevin Bacon. Legend. And now we're 0 degrees. Please enjoy Kevin Bacon. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Have you ever heard the show? We will not be offended
of course
if
I've
you
heard
haven't.
it. Oh my God, I love it. Oh,
my
are you kidding?
goodness.
I heard the show. Come
So
on,
nice.
come on. You guys are great, and you're a great pairing.
That's really
We are
nice.
funny pairing, aren't we? One big, one small, one white, one brown, one old, one young.
Yeah, very youthful.
We're on the other side of many spectrums.
Sure are.
Your teeth are so shiny, mine are dim.
Thank you. That's the Arm & Hammer. What toothpaste do you use? Will you tell us?
Tom's.
That's a popular one.
I can't get behind that.
Why?
Look, there's a zone for organic stuff. I believe that. We have an organic diaper company. That's great. I want that on little babies. My dish soap, I want it to have chemicals. And I want my toothpaste to have some bleach and shit. I want it to whiten my teeth. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's much about it. Kira gets it, and that's what I stick
And
in
your
my
teeth
mouth.
are great.
They do.
They
They
look
look
great.
okay.
They do look
They
I don't
good.
have I don't have shit in there
They look great.
because I did have a turkey sandwich earlier, so it might still be living in there.
No.
It's too early to ask this, but yeah, what is your diet? Because you've stayed thin your whole life, which is an accomplishment you might not see as an accomplishment, but it is.
I mean, I think it's everything in moderation. I'm not a vegan, but I don't eat meat every day. It's just a boring, healthy diet. I will say this, that I don't have too much of a sweet tooth.
That helps.
I'm a crunchy, salty, spicy guy.
What's your favorite potato chip? I'll give you 3, by the way. I don't want to stress you out.
No, that's okay. And I recently only came to this. It's really funny because you go, only in the last probably 30 years. And that is salt and vinegar, which I didn't grow up like, and I know it's not a brand, but I didn't grow up with it. But to me, that's got all the major food groups.
Couldn't agree with you more. In fact, Rob, they might even be in one of those drawers. I did a Google search of what is the vinegariest salt and vinegar chip.
Oh, really? Oh, what is it?
Because I want the most vinegary.
Sure,
I want a
sure.
lot
Tart.
of bite. I don't know if I'd say tart. Would you say vinegar is tart? Okay. Do you
Yeah,
agree
how's
with
that
that?
like?
Yeah,
Not to
tart.
put you on a spot.
I think that's tart. But that's kind of comes from the idea of putting vinegar on French fries. Is that an English thing?
I think it is. There's a name for that sauce they got always on the table in England. What the fuck's the name of that sauce? And it's vinegar. And it's
Right.
for fish and chips.
Right.
I'll remember it by the end of this interview. Anyways, I did a big search. I ordered the top 3. There was a winner. The name escapes me now, unfortunately.
Was it like Vicky's?
Yeah, that's good. I didn't know we were going to get quite so deep. You're throwing me off because I thought we were going to say a little bit more surface, but I'm going to roll.
They
Okay,
get
good. This is
vulnerable.
the Machiavellian technique. So you'll be in the middle of talking about the validity of
Right.
cheddar
then it's like,
and
how
sour
did you feel
cream.
about your father?
Yes. Your father, the architect, he wanted to design you, didn't he? He wanted to construct you.
How the fuck did you know that?
Well, you and I both are liberated in the fact that our fathers have passed. So we can kind of talk however we'd like on them.
That's true.
But we're going to earmark that. 'Cause that one, way more important is
Good
the chips.
Easter egg, though.
Have you ever augmented and put vinegar on top?
I've not done that, but I am going to do it as soon as I get home. Because
great,
here's
great,
the thing. You should be able to just say, well, I've just got a regular chip, but hell, I can put more salt
That's
and more
true.
vinegar on these
That's
bad
right.
boys.
These aren't proprietary substances. This is dime a dozen.
But what about soggy factor?
You'd have to eat them very quickly.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
have to jump right on it.
All right, report back.
Ideally, you would have it in like a hairspray bottle.
Man,
Oh,
Right?
spritz.
such a good idea.
And even just pop the chips and then oh my God.
my
You and
God.
I need to make a date. You were on Hot Ones, right? This feels like it could be like
I
a
was,
Hot
yeah.
Ones episode.
Wow.
was,
How'd
yeah.
you do at Hot Ones?
Well, I loved it. I ate them all. I got through it all. I was trying to really put my finger on it. And what it is it starts to feel a little druggy. Like when you get to the really hot stuff, the combination of like your blood pressure
oh God.
and also soul searching for the answer to these questions, it's a little trippy. Plus, there's the most awesome gift box of everything that you've tasted. And since I do like spicy food, they're now spread out around the house. So that's cool.
I think it's the funnest interview I've ever done, other than like Stern. It's a party
does
to
a
go.
great
He's
job.
a great interviewer.
He is. It's not salt and vinegar chips, but it is really obscure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Back to the drug thing. You know,
Yeah.
we learned this recently about cutters. A lot of cutters, your body does release at that point. It's opiate. I wonder if when we're in the throes of that heat panic, that we are getting a little bit of our own opiate to soothe us.
Adrenaline. So you can jump out of a fucking plane or you can just.
Yeah. Find out about like the secret
Yeah.
of Footloose. Some behind the scenes truth about Footloose. Okay, this is a thing that we have to do. Unfortunately, it often goes wrong, which is why it's kind of fun. Do you remember the time that we
Oh boy.
met?
Well, I do remember meeting you guys on Hillhurst, just walking up the street.
So that's great because I don't remember that one.
Oh, you don't remember that
which
one, okay.
shocks me to no end.
You said something like, I liked you in Yellowstone or something like that.
I did
And
not do
I
that.
said, no, that's the wrong Kevin.
I did not do that.
Dad!
I did not
You're
do
talking
that.
about
I
a
did not.
different
No,
Kev.
no. As you will learn shortly, I am a Kevin Bacon super fan. Okay, you and I presented at the Country Music Awards thing.
That's right. I
And
remember that.
And
now.
we had like, you know, there's a lot of down, awkward time. And maybe even your brother that was
My
there.
brother's probably there.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the three of us, what I immediately was overwhelmed with was, you're so fucking normal.
Sure.
And it was very chill.
I like
and I left
that.
thinking like, oh, Bacon's a stud. He's just like a real dude.
I do remember it now.
But it's great because it was like 1-to-1.
Yep.
You forgot one, I forgot one.
There you go.
The bumping on the street's more memorable, especially because then Kira's there too. Now you're greater than the sum of your parts.
Yeah. And I think we just chatted about like the neighborhood or something like that.
Just 4 celebrities having a stop.
It was like when we were at mess hall. Who came in?
Terry Crews.
Yes, Dax and Terry, I guess, forgot they were celebrities and like stood up and they're huge and they're like hugging and making all this noise. And I was like, oh my God, everyone in this restaurant is now tuned in and staring.
Yeah, I was unaware of it.
I know, which
I
I
was just
like.
like, oh my God, Terry. I love Terry. We did Idiocracy together. I hadn't seen him in a while.
You know what I didn't know? And this is so crazy that you just bring up Terry, because I was Googling today athletes who act. And I didn't realize that he had been a professional football player.
I want to say like 7 years.
I
or
would
something,
never
like
have known that from looking at him.
It's a big shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You thought he was an equestrian.
Yeah. I guess I was kind of thinking about the fact that sometimes people do one thing well and they can do something else great.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you watch Euphoria by chance?
Love it.
Oh, you have a weird connection as well because that's Barry's son.
That's right.
Yeah. In some weird way, you got to be proud
Who
of that.
was not alive yet when we made Diner, but probably was when we made Sleepers. Barry is in the very, very, very short list of directors who've hired me twice. And the second time was Sleepers, and I think probably Sam was alive then.
Yeah. Children of actors, children of directors, the stress of it. When they succeed, to me, it's twice as impressive. I didn't know this until today, researching you, but that your daughter is the lead of As We See It, which is a Jason Tatum show. I've seen it. I loved her. I had no clue that was your daughter.
Yeah.
When the children of successful people are actually good and talented, I feel like it's harder than it was for you or I to pursue this.
I think that everyone's journey is going to be different. Some people would look at it and say, first, have you got a built-in into the industry? Some people believe that there's a DNA component. On the other hand, when you have parents who are successful at doing one thing, there's a definite comparison thing that's going to happen. That's going to be its own hurdle. So it's kind of like apples and oranges. Every journey to become a working, creative person is a fucking struggle. You can maybe get some doors open, but keeping those doors open and not getting them shut in your face at some point is going to be hard.
I agree with you. I even look at my own children. I was walking with my 7-year-old the other day and she made a joke. I laughed.
She pointed me up here. I knocked on the wrong door.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she came out and said, hi. What
The
are you
tall,
doing?
blonde, skinny one or the short?
She looked like she was about 7. I don't know. I'm past the point where I can age
Yes.
a kid. Mine are 32 and 30.
It is a skill. I can do it currently. A parlor trick
Well,
now. When
how
I meet
old do you
little kids,
think
I'll go
she
like, are you
is?
5?
Her.
How old do I think she is? I'd say...
First of all, does she look familiar to you?
no.
That's Kira. We had... No, that's
We
Monica.
do that for each guest.
Can you imagine? That would be the trippiest thing is to like give people's spouse. We call weeks ahead of time and then we got a photo of her and then we had it painted.
Well, first off, she's adorable.
Cutest baby of all time.
She's probably, I'd say, 4.
Okay, this is great. It is commonly believed that Indian babies look older because
By my
look
mom,
how
my
fucking
mom's-
thick her eyebrows are. That's what's misleading. She's got like a
Lots of
full-grown
hair.
woman's eyebrows. But no, she's like a fucking 1.5-year-old baby there.
But I thought
Oh, 1.5?
I was 4 too. When I saw that picture, I was like, oh no, I'm like 4 years old.
And I'm like,
in
no,
this.
you're a baby.
Yeah, but then my mom said
Confirmed
Dax
it.
was right.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Right?
We got a lot of threads going. So I'm walking with my 7-year-old. She makes a joke, I laugh. She makes the joke a second time, like a minute later, and I don't laugh. And she said, I went back to the well too many times, didn't I? And I was like,
wow.
what 7-year-old on planet Earth knows that other than the child of 2 comedians, right? So in that way, yes, they kind of have an awareness of how the sausage is made. It would take you years to learn. That given, I don't find that the true struggle in life is the struggle with the outside as much as the internal one. So that's why I say
agree.
I'm more impressed because to start off going, well, fuck, if I do anything less than this guy who's been in 150 movies and is known globally, I'll be a failure. Most people don't have that when they start off in this business. If I had gotten on a commercial, I would have blown away everyone in my family. No one had ever been on TV. And I'd say for Sam, too, his father's a brilliant fucking director.
Yeah. The thing is that there was a road to Euphoria. You
Yeah.
know, Sam worked, he put in the time. And really, like everything else, that's what you need. You need to put in the time. And that's what Sosie did. Once you decided she wanted to do it, she started doing little things, short after short after short. and studying and, all the things that you got to do. Yeah, she's doing great.
Okay, so back to Euphoria. This season, I was completely overwhelmed with the young man that's kind of in the love triangle. He's got a little tattoo by his eye. I don't know his name, unfortunately. He ends up singing to her. And I'm like, this kid is like a revelation. He's so natural and comfortable. It's insane. And then I come to find out that's the first time he's ever acted. He's a musician. So when I see that, I have like two thoughts. I'm like, God damn it. Our job shouldn't be so easy to do immediately.
Right.
And at the same time, I don't feel it. I'm just excited by the fact that someone could be great at a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a peculiar sensation, I think. Oh, dude in the NFL is like one of the funniest guys.
It doesn't really matter how you get to the performance. You can sell somebody short by saying, well, he's just a musician and he opened up his mouth and he was good. I don't really buy it. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. If the person is being compelling and watchable and all those things, people come to this from different roads. Harrison Ford was a carpenter.
He's in there like fixing up the casting area, which seems impossible.
If anybody can keep getting the gig, hats off to him.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, now here's where I fillet you.
Okay.
I'm curious. When you think of all the many reasons that Footloose was such a phenomenon, I can tell you that for my brother and I, the most impactful thing of that movie was the fact that you were with your single mother moving somewhere. I think that was the first time we saw ourselves.
That's so interesting. I've never heard anybody have that reaction to the movie.
They weren't doing that a ton. I think Daniel's son in Karate Kid as well, maybe.
I certainly at the time didn't think to myself, oh, this is a groundbreaking kind of thing. Diane Weiss played my mother. It was great to play those scenes with her. She's such a fantastic performer. And people think it's a pop movie, which is what it was, and the angry dancing and all the goofy shit about it, tractor races and shit like that.
Nothing goofy about a tractor race in my world.
Watch your mouth.
I know. Treading on
That's some
thin
serious
ice.
shit there. Yeah. But a couple of international harvesters pointed at one another.
That was actually really fun to shoot, by the way.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really fun. But on the other hand, there's enough family and personal stuff threaded into that movie, which is why it's had some hang time, I think.
Oh, 100%. You see this in other movies. Like a movie like Elf. Up to that point, Will Ferrell's had medium success. That's the first movie that's like a $180 million blockbuster. Why? Because it was really grounded in some nice themes. Favreau took the time to make it actually a good movie on top of its shtick or device.
John Hughes had that ability to take these things that sort of on the surface were, yeah, here we are, kind of things, and casting people like John Candy, who was kind of thought of as like maybe a character-y thing, but it was so human and so touching.
That's why all this stuff holds up, even like Home Alone. Again, okay, this is a pretty simple concept. A kid gets left home. Why is that movie still so fantastic? I watch it with my kids. It's all the John Hughes stuff in it.
Stranger Things has the Kate Bush song, which because they put it in Stranger Things, it went back up the charts from when it had come out, like in the 80s or 90s. And one of the last scenes in She's Having a Baby, which is a John Hughes movie that I did, used a Kate Bush song. I really don't go back and look at the movies. I mean, I do if there's an absolute reason why I have to.
A legal reason.
So I looked at the Kate Bush song in the end of She's Having a Baby, and the filmmaking is so good. And the use of that song, which was not a giant hit at the time, but his way to come into the industry in these pretty broad teen comedies and stuff, and then wind it into this very, very personal stuff. And what actually happened, I was also in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The reason that was because I had just finished She's Having a Baby, and I said to John Hughes, you're doing this movie, I'll do anything. Make me an extra. And so he put that silly scene where I'm racing Steve Martin for a cab. And then what happened was Paramount switched the order.
Oh, so it looks like you did so good racing the cab.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's just say John Hughes across the board is music stuff.
Great.
It's so significant.
He even had a label, I think, for a while. He was really, really into music. He used to always bring me cuts of new bands. He was very into discovering new acts.
He was my introduction into Simple Minds, which I became obsessed with, and Psychedelic Furs. I mean, the soundtrack for Breakfast Club, you can't top it.
Yeah. We had a relatively short relationship, but a very close one. Part of the reason was that I was playing him. the movie was by far the most personal movie that he'd ever made. We spent a ton of time together every single weekend while we were making the movie. I had just become recently single and had no real connections to anything. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids, living in a suitcase. I mean, and then that continued forever. But basically, he wanted me, and I was down for almost shadowing him.
Yeah.
And he was one of those guys where it was tough, I would say, on the crew because we'd shoot 12 hours easy. He drank a lot of coffee and would say, you know what we could do? And then we would start like riffing on stuff
Wow.
and shooting things. When we started shooting digitally, people would start saying, do that, go back, say that again.
Yeah.
You could learn how to live in between life and the character as one sort of piece. To me, that's the most creative place to work. And John would do that with film. He'd put these 1,000-foot mags on the thing and just say, yeah, keep rolling. And it was costing Paramount so much money because he was just burning through film. But he loved the movie so much, and it shit the bed.
This is one of those weird things like Shawshank Redemption, where people think Shawshank was a hit, and it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't? I didn't know that.
You couldn't imagine that that's the case. And I can't imagine that she's having a baby. Wasn't.
It really didn't. I had some theories about it. Of course, John gave me a lot of theories about it. But when they flipped it, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was a giant hit. And it was another really, really funny kind of thing. And She's Having a Baby was sad and had some goofy shit in it, but it was a very, very personal movie. A lot of critics felt that he should stay in his lane. And it broke his heart.
He was a sensitive dude, right?
Very sensitive
Yeah.
dude. So in a funny kind of way, the failure of the movie, we kind of lost touch.
I've had that. It's weird to be the face of something for somebody that they killed themselves for that didn't work.
Yeah.
Now, we stayed close, but I will say I think we would have had a different, like, so I did this movie Zathura that Favreau directed, and it didn't do well. I always, in the back of my mind, was like, am I the reason that, you know, everything he's done has worked except for the thing I was in. So I think maybe
I thought the same thing about John. I was
Yes.
like, okay, yeah, great. I got to be in the one that the flusher.
Wait, what did he direct after that movie?
Well, he directed Planes, Trains, and Automobiles after She's Having a Baby. And then after that one, I forget.
Did he go probably back to his
Probably.
standard? Yeah.
Not only did he write 20 movies that were made, there's a log of movies he wrote that no one ever
Under
made.
pseudonyms, too.
Yeah. He's the R.L. Stein of
We just had
Goosebumps.
R.L.
Yeah,
Stein.
You did?
Yeah, we just had it. It was
was-
super interesting.
It was really
My son had a real R.L. Stein run for a while. I read a lot of R.L. Stein.
He's written 350 books or something. He was
Wow.
writing a book every 4 days during that period.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yes, I can't wrap my head around it. Okay, the Footloose thing for me was just so awesome. My brother and I were just so punk rock. You were vaguely punk rock. I don't know who you were as a person. Who were you at that time?
Well, interestingly, I was 24 and I was playing a 17-year-old. So
Sure.
my ride along was to enroll myself as an exchange student in the high school in Provo, Utah.
No.
Really?
No.
No, it's a true story. I was nervous about pulling off being a 17-year-old high school student. And so I thought, well, if I'm nervous about it, I should try to do this.
Only an actor could get this pulled off. Can you imagine if some like structural engineer is like, I need to go to high school. I'm 24. Let me in your
Yeah,
high
they'd be
school
like,
run your young children.
You perv, get out of here.
Yeah, like, what the
That
fuck
didn't
are
even
you
occur to me. But yeah, production called up. The only person that knew was the principal of the school. None of the teachers
21
knew.
Jump Street.
Yeah, none of the teachers knew. I go in and they introduce me. I made the guy from Philadelphia because that's where I was from. And if in case they were going to ask questions or something like that. I had this kind of terrifying day. My parents did not move around. So I really was an East Coast urban kid. I grew up right in the middle of Philadelphia. When I was 17, I moved right to the middle of Manhattan. So to be a fish out of water in a small country, in this case, it was also a very heavily Mormon community.
You must have been the most exotic thing that ever
I was exotic.
happened.
I was very exotic.
Yes.
My hair through much of those years was all based on whatever Sting happened to be doing.
Okay, perfect role model.
Yeah. In fact, I added Men at Work and the Police to the script because there was a scene in the script, as great as Dean Pitchford, the writer, was, he was sometimes a little bit out of touch with what was actually hip. So he had me talking to the Hicks going, well, have you ever heard of the Stones and the Beatles? I was like, wait a second. The assumption being that all they would listen to would be Hank Williams and George Jones. So I said, how about the Police and Men at Work. Some new wave.
Vaguely, you could say gay music back then. Not the Police. I'm saying new wave bands would have been threatening in rural America.
A lot of those bands had a more metrosexual kind of vibe, definitely. And another interesting thing about that was they said, let's have a scene where your mom tells you that your first day of school, you should put a tie on. And I said, putting a tie on is cool.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite now. You know what I mean? During that
Yeah.
new wave thing, the Pretenders and Blondie, everyone's wearing a skinny tie. That was like a thing. I switched it in the script so that I wore the tie, and the mother says, are you going to wear that tie? And I'm like, yeah. And then when I went into the school itself, I actually wore a tie. It actually was strangely informative. When I walked in, I had this idea that a guy like me, raised in an urban kind of situation, comes to a country school, he's going to walk down the hall like a badass, like, don't fuck with me. Well, the second I walked in there, it was the complete opposite. I was like, holy fuck, I got to watch my ass. These guys are so much bigger than me.
They've done some real manual labor in their life.
Exactly.
They've built shit.
And they right away don't like me.
Because the girls are all interested.
They're
in you.
giggling.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes,
right.
yes.
It was so much like the movie because a guy came up to me who was a lot like the Chris Penn character, Willard, and kind of said, well, don't worry about them, man. I got you. And he kind of befriended me. I was only there for one day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would kill to interview somebody who actually
Went to
was.
the school.
Yes. It was like, oh, yeah, this one dude came in. He must have hated it. He only did a day. My mind was off to the races. You were there for like a month or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
how are
No,
you going
that
to
was only a day.
uphold all this dishonesty with, like, especially the kid who's nice to you? It's like, don't worry, I got you. And you're like, oh, no, I'm lying to this dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking 41 years old. I've filed taxes a couple dozen times in my life. So for me personally, that was a huge one. But even before that was Diner, hugely impactful movie. And I was little. I was 7, but my father had videotaped it. And we watched it every weekend we were at his house. I've seen that movie probably 35 times.
Wow.
And it's just the most amazing movie. And I have said many times, my first movie was this movie, Without a Paddle. And me and Seth Green and Matthew Lillard thought we were going to make Diner in the Woods. Like we must have had 20 conversations about the fact that we thought we were making Diner in the Woods. And then we saw it and no, it was a movie for 12-year-olds. It was my first experience with like what I thought we made and then what I saw. It was the right decision. But of the themes I was thinking about when I looked at this huge career is that you've had some really pivotal transitions that you've navigated with a lot of grace. I don't know if internally it was easy or it was hard. And one of them is, yeah, you start in this movie Diner, which is, I guess, an art house movie in some way. It's a character piece. It's about the angst of 20s and becoming who you are. You're fucking great in it. That goes without saying. You go from that directly into Footloose. And that's about as dramatic a change as you can get because now you're a movie star when you leave that and you're a movie star for young people, and I'm imagining that came with all kinds of different things. Were you embarrassed?
Yeah.
I got to do this because I was on a show called Punk'd, and that's not a show I would have made, but I would have sucked dicks on TV. Like I was at the point where you name the show, I'm in it.
Dax Shepard sucking dicks. They bought it in the room.
Yeah, well, after he sucked a few dicks, they were like, yeah, this will work. That shows why I'm sitting here. And through the grace of Ashton Kutcher, who saw something in me when no one else did, and he brought me back. Yet I wanted to just distance myself from that thing. I didn't want anything to do with that. I can't pinpoint what that feeling is. I guess from your point of view, you're a very serious actor. You went at 17 to New York. Like, this is your life. You've already decided this is your life. And you're in a movie Diner, and fucking critics love it. And you got to be so proud of that movie. And then you do this other thing. And just the conflict of like, oh, now I'm on this trajectory, but I kind of like the other one. At your age now, though, what a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, sure. But I thought I knew everything for most of my life and career. And when you get old, you go, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I was an expert and I never was a child. And those combinations of things make for, on the upside, a tremendous amount of confidence. But on the downside, tons of mistakes and a lack of humility and the inability to take any kind of advice or look at things.
For me, too, I'm guessing, avail myself to advice, to let someone mentor me.
Definitely.
Let someone take me under their wing. You have dad shit?
Not that I have dad shit. My desire for fame is a direct result of the fact that my father was well known in Philadelphia.
Oh. You're the baby of
I'm
six?
the youngest of six, yeah.
Yeah, so attention's not widely available.
Definitely was not. But I never felt like, oh, geez, my parents don't pay any attention to me. I didn't want the attention. I wanted to just do my own thing and get out of the house and build it myself.
Yeah.
But when the Footloose thing happened, if there had been a mentor to say, Schmuck, this is great. Do the cover of all of these magazines. Don't push back on this shit. Have some fun with it. And there was a certain level of self-sabotage that happened because it just didn't feel like being the, as you said, kind of actor that I wanted to be, a serious actor, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I mean, a serious actor is someone that takes their work seriously.
You should pretend you're in Diner.
Yeah.
Always.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then on the next round, you see it all the time. People come out, it becomes a big giant hit, and it's a pop culture kind of hit. But the director who's going to make his next serious movie is going to be getting pressure from the studio to use that guy. There was a lot of years after that where, because I was really not enjoying it, I didn't like the interviews, I didn't like the pictures, I didn't like going on the talk shows.
Do you know what it was you didn't like about it? I will say, especially at that time in the 80s, there was this notion that the real actors, De Niro, all these guys, you didn't know who they were.
Right.
And that was part of the recipe.
I think that was part of it, was the pedigree to which I was aspiring.
Yeah.
And also, I had come from a lot of theater. I just really, really wanted to do that and then do the odd Michael Cimino movie. So it didn't feel comfortable to me. I've gotten so much more used to it. And I realize now that it's a means to an end, basically. You just want opportunities to be able to play parts.
Well, I think that's explicitly clear with you. One of my fascinations with you is like, what's the source of the hunger? It's so impressive.
Yeah, I don't know.
You fucking love acting.
I do. I really do love acting.
I mean, that's what, at this
That's
point,
true.
it's obvious because there's even people that work as long as you have and as much as you have, but you can see a little ism in it. It's like they're maybe afraid to not be on a set, that things don't go well when they're not on a set. That can keep people busy.
Yes.
That's not who I've assessed you to be at all. I
no.
think you're fine being off of a set.
I'm
and you're
fine being off the set,
Yeah.
but I love the time between action and cut.
Yeah.
The rest of it gets more and more tiresome.
It doesn't seem like you are also in it at all for approval, which I do think most actors, a big percentage of it is that.
This is the thing about the Footloose thing. I'm in it for the approval of the work, but not of me.
Right.
Like, I couldn't care less what people think about
You want to be
Yeah.
invisible after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything that we do, present company excluded, is about, approving me.
I'm a huge approval junkie. I'm fucking addicted to approval.
I don't. I
You-
can
you
wake
have-
up and say, listen, I've done my best. I'm trying to do best by the world and the people that I know and my kids. All I'm interested in is being seen in the work.
Okay, so I will admit I'm an elitist. So I'm not in search of so much broad mass appeal, but there are still people like, you want to bump into Sting?
Yeah.
Yes. And for him to go,
doesn't?
holy
Totally.
smokes, I'm addicted to City on the Hill.
Sting has never told me that he watches City on the Hill. I was at the Chateau Marmont in about 1980 something. Footloose had just come out, and someone told me that he was in the hotel. And I've never done this before or since in my life. I can honestly tell you, it's really not my style. But I just picked up the phone. I said, "Can you ring Sting's room?" And he picked up the phone, and I said, "Hey, this is Kevin Bacon." And there was this long pause, and he went, "Fill me in." And I went, I don't know. I just wanted to say that, okay, bye. And then I literally hung up.
You ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Fill Me In
great.
is such a left
I'll
turn.
never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, and maybe in your mind you workshop like, God, he's probably either going to say like "fuck off" or maybe he knows me, maybe he saw Footloose,
he
so I
definitely
got
didn't know me.
outcome. Right, but you got some options
Fill
on them.
me
But
in.
Fill Me In, you're not even pretending that one's coming your way. Fill Me
Oh my
In.
God, I'm borrowing that. I love
That's
that.
incredible. Oh, Sting. On and
He
off
doesn't
screen.
disappoint.
No, he doesn't.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours, but at some point you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from I've been working on this to here it is, come find me. All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. And it's lightweight, portable, and packed with enough processing power to make multitasking a breeze. So say goodbye to distractions and hello to more free time because you finished your work faster. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and more must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HP, for supporting this episode. Parents, you've got enough on your back-to-school list right now. Ink cartridges do not need to be on it. They just don't. The HP Smart Tank printer uses a refillable ink tank and comes with up to 3 years of ink included. It's the last printer you'll ever need. To learn more, search HP Smart Tank.
The other thing I'm really interested in is like the amount of talent you were surrounded by as well early on. So even like the Footloose thing, you had already done a play with Sean Penn and with Val Kilmer, which, by the way, did you watch his documentary?
Yeah.
You must have, right?
Yeah, that was really wild.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine what it's like, watching it for you.
Yeah, it was pretty trippy. Well, first off, amazing that Val had those cameras.
I'm not asking you to comment on this, but for me, that was the most peculiar part. I'm just trying to imagine what personality type carries a camera everywhere and films themselves so often. It doesn't shock me he's an actor, and he was brilliant, like fucking Doc Holliday. How are you going to top that performance?
Right.
I mean, just legendary.
Yeah, amazing, yeah.
I think Val was really comfortable if you told him exactly who he was, and I think when he wasn't latched onto that, he was a little adrift. And I think all that filming was like trying to observe, who am I when I'm not a character? Mind you, huge fan.
It's a character study of like, he's a character. His writings and his style, and there's a lot of stuff that's fascinating.
He's fascinating. When I saw the footage of specifically that play with you and Sean, I thought, oh, this guy's annoying. Here's what, let me just say this. There's nothing I hated more than when someone had a fucking video camera. That's like my most hated thing. It's ironic because I wanted to be in movies, but if some joker just pointed a video.
Well, it was unusual now because everyone's got a camera.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
But then it was just like you felt so awkward immediately. Like, what are you filming? Nothing's happening here.
That's why we mooned him, I guess. I guess that's why we dropped trowel.
But anyways, I wonder, do you think as well that having worked with Sean, I don't know what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, great. We did that. And then many years later, we did Mystic River, which was great to kind of circle back. Sean's awesome. I mean, I love working with him.
He's just so fucking awesome. And he's someone that also, I would imagine, you wouldn't mind being. When you're thinking about, I want to be a serious actor, and I don't want to be someone who's out on TV every night.
Sean did that. He very early on said, I'm not doing interviews.
You'll be happy to know he did this show,
Yeah.
so you feel better.
Yeah. He was definitely following in the footsteps of that idea of keeping more mystery. And I think that one of the great things about that, which I didn't have, which was the confidence to be able to say no. It's been taking me a long time to learn the power of no.
You just want to keep doors open.
Yeah.
So the voice in your head is like, if I'm the dude who's always, they're just going to stop calling, right? That's the fear, I think.
Well, also that people early on say, well, you know, it's part of the job. So I go, oh, okay. This is the first time I'm doing the job. So
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, maybe it is part of the job.
Well, someone told me they're not paying you to act in the movie. You should do that for free. They're paying you to sell the movie. I see the merit in that.
That's such an interesting thing, and it's true, except for, have
All
you ever
these-
noticed that you do the same amount of interviews for the ones that go
Yes,
right in the
yes,
shitter
yes,
as you
yes,
do
yes,
for the
yes,
hits,
yes,
and
yes.
sometimes less?
I can't remember when I saw Leonardo DiCaprio on a talk show. His shit seems to work out just fine
Yeah, it
without
works
that.
out
Taylor
fine.
Swift too. She's doing just great, not talking to
She
anyone.
seems
Yeah.
to be fine.
Yeah.
One of my curiosities was, I guess maybe at that time, no one would have been heralding Mickey Rourke in the way they ultimately did.
Mickey was hot
He was.
because I think that Body Heat had come out. He had that little turn in Body
Yeah,
Heat,
yeah.
and it was kind of like, who the fuck is that guy? I would say of us, he was hot, and I think Danny had been in something, was it Breaking Away? But it's not like we couldn't walk around Baltimore.
How did you feel relative to that early on, like doing a play with Sean, who's clearly fucking brilliant, and then Mickey Rourke's clearly fucking brilliant? Were you comparing yourself, or did you feel quite at home? Was it inspiring? Was it threatening? Was it nothing?
I always will compare how I'm doing, and there's always going to be somebody that's doing better.
Sting was the North Star.
And that's the other thing. I'm always way more enamored with musicians than I am with actors. I love actors, but I also have to say that coming from the theater, I always felt that we had a responsibility to play the play and to play the scene. It had to be a group effort. During the preview process of doing a play, you really feel that, and you really feel like we're all kind of in this together.
You got to get that thing right.
And you got to throw the ball back and forth, and you got to listen to each other. And just like a band, you have to groove. The drummer has to be here and the bass player. That's what theater is kind of like. After opening night, sometimes those dynamics change only because in New York, the whole thing was predicated on one man's opinion, which was the guy from the New York Times, whoever happened to be the New York Times. And if that New York Times article says so-and-so is better than so-and-so, all of a sudden the dynamic shifts. Everybody comes in the fucking theater, has read that. It's such a small group. It's not like they're going to see Aladdin or Lion King. What I was doing was serious theater, and then you looked at that one performance, and then things can shift. But what I learned when I went into film and television was that it was a more isolating, more hierarchical world, which is where you start to compare. You start measuring the length of your trailers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start seeing who gets called first, who they're bringing the fucking sandwich to.
Oh, even one that blew my mind in Without a Paddle, I started noticing, they always shoot my close-up last.
Shoot you close
Which
up last.
makes sense. Those two guys had much longer careers than I did. And if I improv something earlier, they might use it in their close-up. Like, this is just, I got to be aware
Lots
of this.
of
I gotta be
status
aware of that.
markers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention, when we shoot, we start as an ensemble because the camera is way over there. But then all this gear starts to come between you and the person that you're supposed to be
Yeah.
connecting with, and more and more gear. And then it gets to the point where they say, don't even look over here. Look at this little excellent thing. And you go, okay, I don't even need this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So to get past that in film and television and try to hold on to the idea of the ensemble of the no small parts is a challenge.
Yeah.
So I did a movie with Meryl Streep and John C. Reilly, Dave Strathairn. Love them all. Great actors left and right. But once we get in there, I roll up the sleeves and I don't go, she's going to get more love than me. I just got to do my shit and try to, be good.
If you're lucky enough to do it long enough, you definitely stop that racket. When you're young, you're scared. You're like, is this thing going to work out?
The funny thing on Diner was, and you'll relate to this from the comedy point of view, is that Barry brought us down to Baltimore and we had these rehearsals where we would sit around and kind of start to improv. Paul Rodgers showed up with no lines, basically. And Danny was great at improvising. Gutenberg was so inherently just funny without even really meaning to be.
He's the great counterpuncher.
Yeah. And Mickey had this very strange kind of thing. And I was like, oh shit. Barry starts laughing at all the shit that they're saying. And I feel completely inadequate in this world.
Right.
Because I'm not a Second City UCB. I had none of that. I was saying lines of playwrights. So I was like, I'm fucked, man. But I made the decision that I would be the guy that didn't talk, that got a kick out of these other guys.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that worked because you couldn't have them all be clever. So, kind of figuring out in that situation what your lane is also something to do.
Okay, but here's where one can't rehearse or practice for, and this is another big topic I want to talk about, is you're just cool. You're just a cool fucking dude. I'm watching that movie as a young kid, and my brother and I are like, I want to be that dude. He looks cool. There's no cool masterclass one can take. After Footloose, you did Quicksilver. Now, for 3 years, we were talking about when we grew up, we were going to be bicycle messengers. And then you're in a river movie, and now we want to be river guides. Like, you just were cool as fuck. You've always been cool. And I wanted to ask you, who did you think cool, and what do you think cool is?
You mean besides Sting?
Well, we know Sting is cool. Besides the high watermark.
It was mostly, rock and rollers, a level of I don't give a fuck. Cool is such a specific kind of thing.
What do we think it is? It's something universally coveted?
Yeah, I think what cool for me is everyone I was attracted to was like, this guy doesn't care. He has conviction about who he is, and that's that. He's not going to be bridled with the pressure of everyone around him. He's going to walk his path. Fucking
Confidence.
Thoreau, path less chosen. Yeah, it's like conviction and a lack of concern what anyone else thinks about that. And some people kind of intrinsically have it.
Not something that I consciously,
Of course not.
sort of like aspired to, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, I think if you
Is
try
it a
to be
weird
cool, you're not
compliment?
cool.
I'll
I
take
don't
it.
mind that. Sometimes Monica says I'm cool, and I
You are
love
cool.
I
When
love
have I
it.
said that?
Play the tapes, Rob. Rewind the tapes. But I
you're
dig
cool.
that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay. I like that better than other couples that make me much more uncomfortable. But you're cool. Yeah, I'll take that.
Sure, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I
Nothing
mean, if
wrong
I'm
with that.
smart and cool, great. Let's get the cool first.
I've never been accused of being smart.
Can you tell us a little bit, because you mentioned it really quick and it keeps spinning in my head, when you said you self-sabotaged. How did that come out? In what way?
Well, they were bombs. I did a lot of bombs right after Footloose, one after another. And I was told that I was going to get 3 studio bombs. And I kept getting leads in movies, but they weren't performing one after another after another.
The only people I've interviewed who I think totally get it are politicians who like publicly said, please vote for me.
Yeah.
And then they didn't vote for you.
Yeah. What really worked for me was you talk about transition. So there was a moment where I kind of went, okay, I'm in this kind of existential moment about career. And it's not like I thought, well, I got to do something else. I just thought there was something that needed to shift. And an agent of mine said, I remember seeing you off Broadway. You're a character actor. I was like, oh, okay, because I thought I was a leading man.
So I'm cool as fuck.
The Shepherd Boys told me I was cool. Yeah.
I'm going to ride this out. They
You don't know what you're talking about.
They got 10-speed bicycles. They're killing each other and bringing each other back to life. I mean, they're doing all of it.
So I did JFK, and that was a tiny little part, and it literally flipped it for me. People sometimes go, well, wasn't that a great moment? It never really feels like that was the thing. Life meanders along in a different sort of way. But that one definitely was it.
And you were honest about that, by the way, because at that time you did an interview with the New York Times, and you said, if I want to be in A movies with A-list directors, I'm going to have to be a character actor.
Well, first off, I'm amazed that the New York Times did an interview with me. Those fuckers haven't knocked on my door. And that's the only paper I read. So let me just say, Okay, yeah. So
But the quote is you were honest about it, which again is a cool move. You're not like hiding from that decision. You're owning that decision. Here's the thing. I want to be in great movies, and this is the way I can be in great movies. You rattle off like 10 awesome fucking movies in a row. You're in JFK, A Few Good Men, Apollo 13. Sleepers, by the way, I've just fucking love that movie.
But it's just really funny because you didn't want to be a leading man. You were told you're supposed to, so you're forcing yourself into this box that doesn't feel right. So of course that didn't work.
Well, the corny thing is that actually, before I decided I wanted to be a serious actor, when I was about 17, when I was about 13, all I wanted to be was a pop star. I didn't care if it was music. I didn't care if it was acting. I wanted to be on the cover of Tiger Beat or 16 magazine. I wanted to be Bobby Sherman or David Cassidy or Michael Jackson or Donny Osmond. And when I started taking acting classes and went to New York, the whole pop star thing went right out of my head. I couldn't give a shit about it.
And then you became one on accident.
Yeah.
And then I became one, yes, as you would say, in the middle of the country on accident.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, do you know that?
No, but I say on
You
accident.
say
I'm
on
from
accident.
Michigan.
I know you're from Michigan.
Yeah.
I know. On the East Coast, they never ever says
Well,
on accident.
No one should. Now that you pointed out, it makes zero sense.
There's a
on
few
accident.
of them that come out.
Do you say online or inline?
Byline.
What? No.
Wait, in
If you're
line?
standing in line or standing online. I notice in New York they say on cue or online.
Oh.
I say on. Yeah.
Whoa.
I say inline,
Me
right?
too,
You say
yeah.
inline. Yeah. We're learning all the colloquial,
Isn't
regional
that
colloquial
interesting?
terms. Yeah.
Where are you from?
Georgia.
Would you say on accident?
I did that on accident. Yeah,
You would.
Oh, good.
I think so.
Yeah,
It's
makes
wrong.
no sense.
It's definitely objectively wrong.
Later, I won't take up your interview with it, but I'm going to give that some thought and I'm going to try to make a case for why it makes sense.
The New York Times did a really cool thing a few years ago where they listed, I think it was 10 questions.
Oh, they can pinpoint.
Pinpoint.
I feel like we did that on
We
here
did.
Oh,
on
did
a
you?
fact check. Yeah,
It was cool. And they got me,
Nailed
man.
it.
They nailed it.
Yes.
Pretty amazing.
It's like, would you say if the sun shines out and it's raining, would you say the devil's beating his wife? That was a really fun
yeah,
one.
to me, it just proved we're just so predictable as
Yeah.
people. 10 questions and they can tell us where we're from almost to the county.
I know. Think
Yeah.
how many espionage movies we watched when we were younger, where it's like no one had that list. It's like they couldn't figure out who the guy was. It's all they would have had to do is like, okay, so it's raining and the sun's out. What do you call that? And they would have been like, you're from fucking Skokie, Illinois. Case closed. You wanted to be a pop star, and then you were.
And you said that's
and
'cause
then
your
you didn't
dad?
wanna-
Well, my dad was a city planner in the city of Philadelphia. He was very, very famous in Philadelphia and very famous amongst city planners.
Oh.
He was not a wealthy man because he basically worked for the city. So in Philly, his name was in the papers all the time and stuff like that. And my father was very, very into his own press.
Sure.
He saved all of his clippings. He would bring home articles and share them with the family. He was extremely into being famous.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I gotta beat him at this game.
Well, it's twofold, right? Because it's like I defined myself in opposition to my dad. So literally my marching orders were like, whatever he was, I was going to be the opposite of. So it's ironic. You might have been able to enjoy the fame thing if you hadn't hated the fact that he was a little narcissistic about his own fame.
I think so. And I've never kept a clipping. I don't have anything lying around. An old acquaintance of mine found in their basement or something like that an unopened pack of fan mail for Columbia Pictures. It was back from Quicksilver.
No way.
Yeah.
It's probably
they're
one from Dave and Dak Shepard.
Oh, look, they're unopened. They're really funny too.
Oh,
They're-
wow.
Yeah, I started opening them the other day. and
Oh
reading
my
them.
God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm so sympathetic to your father. For me, at least, it's a blast. Like I read about myself a ton. It took me doing it and then realizing I feel worse after this. And so now I'm going to stop. But there's no way I couldn't have the phase where I was like reading everything about myself.
I get
it's like
it.
confirmation that it's not a dream, maybe.
I'm not saying that I don't have that need for acknowledgement. I would say that like 99.9% of being famous is good. It's mostly people saying, I love you and giving you free shit. I'm not that person that goes, oh God, I wish I'd never had it. It was not the people as much as the written word. And I stopped reading reviews, which was a great weight off my shoulders, probably 25, 30 years ago.
Well, that's why you missed the New York Times article.
Oh, that must have been it. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. How much do we love Catherine Hahn?
Oh my God, I love Catherine so much.
She's so fucking special, isn't she?
She's so special. And making that show, I Love Dick, with Catherine and with Griffin Dunn, who I've known. Griffin Dunn would be a person, A, who's cool, and B, who has a career that I like. American Werewolf in London. I was like, fuck that guy. I want to be that fucking guy. Doing that show with those guys, so great. The fact that that didn't continue was a real head scratcher for me. Obviously, in their algorithm, not enough people watched. But on the other hand, it was not a super expensive show. And it was like making a cool little indie, putting out this wild kind of thing and working with great people.
Well, by the way, though, that was the time frame where there were some casualties that were unjustified because the whole viewership was falling precipitously. And they kept comparing things to the year before, but then every year it was dropping by 25%.
Right. But I love doing that show.
So I guess that was going to be the last transition I asked you about, which is, so you do character acting for a while, you're in all these great movies, and then it's a big decision to go to television.
It was, yeah. It was a decision that, because I came up in a time when, honestly, if the agent had said, have you thought about a series? I would fire the agent.
Yep. It'd be like saying, are you going to do a KFC commercial?
It really was. And by the way, do you have a line on a KFC commercial?
Well, now too. That was the other thing. By the way, my wife and I have always done commercials, but we were right at the beginning. And I said to her, Robert Downey Jr. is in the biggest movie ever made, and he's selling HTC phones. Whatever people fucking think, it's all over. Go be good in everything people see you in, and that's all that matters.
That's what I feel. And, that's the other thing is that Hollywood really likes to come up with these goofy ass rules. Like according to who? It's like the 3 bombs rule that I talked about.
Yeah.
Or you can do commercials, you just can't do one in the US.
Right.
I was in a Japanese commercial for what they called a power drink. It's like a Red Bull type thing. Yeah. Years and years ago.
Before Lost in Translation?
Yeah, before Lost in Translation.
So when you were watching that movie, were you like
100%?
Oh my God.
100%. I was like, that's so close. Although we shot the commercial in Hawaii.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I had the benefit of watching Kira on set for 7 years on The Closer. She was having a great time every year, putting on a gown. I was walking behind her, holding her train. And it was not only the money and the accolades and the whole thing, but the idea that she could take a character and just kind of live with it for a while.
Yes.
And keep kind of exploring it. And then simultaneously, I'm watching The Wire and Dexter and The Sopranos and 6 Feet Under. What I realized was that writers, up until this point of this beginning of the golden age, not to take anything away from the great sitcom writers, but the drama writers often got the shit end of the stick on movies. You start making the movie and you and I and we all just start fucking around with their lines. They get fired immediately. They bring somebody in to tighten up the script. It was a very, very disrespectful sort of a system that we had created.
And writers are kings in TV. They're above the director.
Right. Yeah. So they were like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's go over and start making TV. And so like a lot of other actors, I was like, well, I just need to go where the writing was. Now, that being said, to make that call and to say, all right, guys, I want to throw my hat in the ring for television was a very, very tough call for me to make. But literally in the first 2 weeks, I read 3 of the best scripts that I'd read for years, pilots, none of which got made. But I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a part I haven't done. So it's now a huge part of my life. I'll never not do TV.
I'm just curious, did you have all the same experiences I did, which is like, every movie, I fall in love with it and then it has to end and then I'm sad and then I miss everyone. And I'm like, oh, wait, I get to do this for a long time? That's incredible. 2, this lifestyle is awesome. I live at home. I drive to work. I come back. I'm not out of town, missing my life. And then to the Kira point, and I remember saying this to Kristen, like year 2 of the show, I came home. I'm like, I don't think I'm doing enough or something. And she goes, no, hon, this is the magic of TV. You no longer have to think about your character. Like you just know it intrinsically. And then you just exist as this thing. And I'm like, well, this is incredible. What a feeling. Did you have all those kind of like revelations?
All of those things. It's really nice to live at home. But I don't know that I would necessarily put that at the top. And in terms of the being sad when things end, I've had so many sad endings that I've kind of gotten past it. I say to everybody, we will see each other down the road. And the weird thing is that we do. I circle back into projects with crew members that I've worked with. Pretty much everything that I do now, somebody comes up and says, hey, remember, I was doing craft service on, those two things are true, but they're not quite as important. But to me, the thing is, if you get a 2-hour movie, even if you're the lead of the movie, there's only a certain amount of things that you're going to go through. If you can live for a few seasons, you can say, well, what would happen if, he got sick? Whatever it is, all these things can get explored. And I completely agree with you about you get to the point where you just got that flow. And that's the sweet spot.
You could have handed me a scene year 6 on Parenthood. You could hand me 4 pages and I look at it while I'm getting my makeup on and I walk out there and I do it perfectly.
It's true.
It just because that's what happens all of a sudden.
That's so true.
And then you go away to something and you're like, oh God, that's right. I got to remember.
Well, I also feel that in this current situation that we're in, and I think that this kind of speaks to a lot of actors, not so much in my position, but more in the rank and file. What we really need to do is to get rid of these silly exclusivities. You can't tell me that I'm going to do 6-episode show. Not applying this to me. I'm applying it to the rest of the members of our union. I'm only going to get paid for 6 episodes, and I can't work on another platform.
Get real. Yeah, they're asking you to be in retirement 7 months a year.
Exactly. And I think that we need to continue to push back against that.
But I agree with you. Just across the board, that exclusivity is bullshit and just punishes actors.
Also, the idea that you do a pilot and they have a year to decide whether or not you pick it up, and during that time, you're not allowed to work. It's like going broke.
Yes.
And so anyway, that's my little rant against the man.
We like
I co-sign on it.
Yeah.
I co-sign. It's ridiculous.
Wait, real quick. When you were on the red carpet and you were holding the dress, was it a little bit of a hit to the ego when you were on the red carpet behind Kira? I'm just curious about that.
I'll tell you what I feel about that. Kira spent a lot of years with me when I was more well-known and making more money and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
If the tables had been flipped and it was me starting with her, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it.
Yeah.
Because I was already had done my thing. I had nothing but support for her and for that moment. She, on the other hand, to her credit, has never been competitive with me. It's part of why it works. My wins are her wins, then that goes both ways.
Yeah, that's nice. It's hard to do, I think.
It is hard to do, yeah.
I was okay with my wife being more desirable, but I had this male hang up that I was supposed to be making the most money in the house. To be honest, I didn't get at peace with it until we had kids and I recognized like, oh, well, all this money is for them.
I mean, I definitely, for better or for worse, was raised to be the provider. I guess probably my parents were traditional in some kind of ways, but they weren't backward.
Yeah,
it's
that was
just
a rough one for
societal,
me.
Yeah.
Okay, they and them. This is an incredible concept for a horror movie. It's a gay conversion camp. You are the counselor.
Yes.
Tremendous first speech. I'm like, well, this can't be true, but I'm buying it. If I'm them. So they all arrive. They know they're at conversion camp. No one wants to be there.
They're forced.
And he and me is like, listen, I don't care who you are. We're not here to make someone not gay. God loves all you. And that's the last time I'm going to talk about God. I mean, I'm in.
Yeah, well, that was part of John Logan's fantastic writing. I mean, he's Gladiator and Skyfall and Aviator. I mean, Penny Dreadful. I mean, he's one of the great screenwriters and also great playwright as well. He started as a playwright. I'd known John for a really long time. Speaking of television, there was one that he wrote that was kind of like The One That Got Away. It was one of those shows that I read and I really wanted to do it. It was such a cool idea. And such a great character. And then it was like a regime change and it got sent away. And anyway, the whole thing fell apart. But we had sort of remained in contact. Every once in a while, I would check in with him, see how he was doing, if he had anything new going on. And he wrote this as a reaction to the horror that there was still people out there that believe that you could be converted to be something that you're not. I think the statistic is something like 50,000 kids a year are put through some form of conversion therapy.
50,000?
Today.
Yeah, today.
It should so be against the law. It's crazy to me that would be legal.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is a state-to-state kind of thing.
Yeah.
So talking with him about this character, there's an option where he would be a buzz-cut military drill sergeant, mega cap wearing sort of dude with a firearm, a stereotype kind of thing. And we talked about him being just as reasonable as possible and almost like a deadhead, more of like a hippie kind of vibe and outdoorsy kind of dude that you would go on a camping trip with.
Uses Tom's toothpaste.
You guys would know. Is that a callback?
Oh, yeah. It's a
We
deep,
would call
deep
that
cut
a
callback.
callback.
That's a callback.
That was from like 2 hours ago.
You were holding that in your back pocket.
Patiently. No, but you're so inviting. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck, I'll see how this goes. I mean, I think this guy might really be all about finding their truth, whatever that may be.
Yeah, we tried to see if there was a possibility that somebody could be watching it and be thinking, well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We are supported by HP. If you're a parent or you know one, like I do, or you can help take care of kids, you already know what August feels like. It's not summer anymore, it's the pregame. The supplies list, the forms, the "we need this printed by tomorrow" texts that come in at 9 p.m. And I say this as someone who's been on the receiving end of those texts in a former life. You're ready to help, and then the printer says no, out of ink, blinking at you, useless. It's such a small thing, but it will absolutely derail your night. So when I heard about the HP Smart Tank printer from HP, America's most trusted printer brand, I thought this is the kind of thing that actually makes life easier, not in a big flashy way, in a one less crisis way. Instead of those little cartridges that run out the second you need them, the HP Smart Tank uses refillable ink tanks, and it comes with up to 3 years of ink included. 3 years. That's 3 back-to-school seasons without the cartridge panic. HP can't fill out the forms for you, but they can make sure the printer is never the reason you're up past midnight. Search HP Smart Tank.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You've heard us talk about BetterHelp for a while, but I don't know that we've ever talked about how much people love this service when they use it. BetterHelp has an average live therapy session rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client session reviews. And you can check out the reviews yourself at betterhelp.com/reviews to see how much they love BetterHelp. Knowing that kind of service feedback from real people speaks for itself. I'm a huge proponent of therapy, as we've talked about before. I've learned so many things about myself that I believe truly only an outside, objective person could help me come to. BetterHelp makes it easy to get started. Answer a few questions, get matched with a therapist based on your needs, and switch therapists at any time if it's not the right fit. See the reviews, see what stands out, and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Visit betterhelp.com/Dax. That's betterhelp.com/Dax. This episode is supported by Helix.
So I've had my Helix mattress for a few years now, and I still love it just as much as the first night. That says a lot because a good night's sleep is very important to me.
Sleep is everything. And what's great about Helix is that it's not a guessing game with finding the right mattress because they have over 20 models, so you can find the one that actually fits how you sleep. And with that summer heat upon us, Helix has cooling upgrades that can get you the best rest even on hot nights.
I have a Helix Midnight Luxe mattress. I really like the level of firmness it has, but that might not be right for you. They have so many options, and you just go take the quiz, and it is perfectly matched for your needs, which is incredible. I also highly, highly recommend the cooling upgrade, especially in the summer. It makes your sleep so much better. If you're still tossing and turning on a mattress that's not working for you, just trust us on this one.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/armchair. We are supported by Auto Trader. All right, if you've been putting off car shopping because it sounds like a whole thing, buying your car online on Auto Trader makes it way easier, really. You can shop tons of cars online, compare prices, check financing and trade-in options, all from wherever you are. And if you want to start online and go to the dealership for a test drive, you can do that too, really. What I like is the flexibility. Start online, finish at the dealer, or the other way around. Your info stays with you, so you're not starting the process from scratch. Plus, you're working with local dealer listings, so you've got real people helping behind the scenes. And when you're ready, you can pick up your car or have it delivered. Really. Buy your car online on Auto Trader. Really. By the way, it's my favorite kind of writing when you make it really hard. We just had Bryan Cranston on. He was talking about that he had met Gilligan by being in an episode of X-Files. And the premise was that this guy that gets in the back seat has got something in his head, and if Mulder doesn't drive at 65 miles an hour, his head's going to blow up. And he wrote it that the guy he was playing was detestable, racist piece of shit.
Anti-Semitic, like horrible.
Like you'd want his head to blow up.
Right.
And he's like, that's the genius of Gilligan. It's like, fuck, what's he do now? Is he still going to save this piece of shit? Like, is he still going to try to kill himself to save this animal? If you walk out with the MAGA hat on and everything, I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. You're so fucking likable.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah, you're incredibly likable, incredibly inviting.
It gives us someplace to go to.
But you've played good guys and you've played bad guys.
Yes.
Is it fun to pop back and forth?
It's not so much going back and forth between the good and the bad of it as it is just someone's shoes that I haven't walked in recently, or at least exactly, or I can find something new to explore. Sometimes that's just a function of age, really. A lot of people guess that bad guys are quote unquote more fun, that the fun is the complexity, the fun is the reach, the fun is taking a big swing, the fun is good writing.
Well, eventually you'll get to take an incredible turn.
He turns really hard. It's a cool movie because the horror part of it is really the idea of the conversion therapy, but it's also very empowering for young LGBTQ people to see themselves in a film represented in a different kind of way.
Well, it's wish fulfillment, to fight back.
And not to give too much away, but it's not really about us killing all those people.
No. What it reminded me conceptually a lot of is Get Out.
Mm-hmm. And with Get Out, and probably some things before, Jordan and other people have proved that horror can also make comments on things and sometimes be funny and sometimes have a social commentary. What's interesting about They/Them is that he takes this structurally, he puts it right in the Friday the 13th land. It's in camp. Things happen in a very, very traditional 70s slasher movie format. It's not elevated horror in that kind of way. It's only elevated to the extent that it's dealing with this issue.
It's the formula. The way a comedy is a formula.
Exactly, which is cool.
So do you know he was in Friday the 13th?
The original?
I was in the original, I was in the first one, Yeah.
So what's, I imagine, a little meta for you is to know that a lot of the pop culture references you would just have to, out of necessity, use in your life. You're involved in them.
Yeah, I know how
like
crazy.
if you're ever going to say, oh, it's got to follow this blueprint, it's got to be like Friday the 13th. I'm going to say that.
Right.
Yeah, right.
It's like very meta.
It is. That's embarrassing.
No, it's not embarrassing. Well, it happens to me. Like, punked became a word. That wasn't a word. And I'm watching movies all the time and they're like, what, you just punked me? And I'm like, oh, it's so weird.
Wow,
It's so weird. Like,
that's
we
true.
invented that word and now I would use it if I had to say, would they punk you?
That's cool.
Yeah, but of course, that's one thing. And there's so many things you would probably reference naturally that you're in. Like, I knew Monica wouldn't have known that. That's really funny. Where'd you shoot this thing?
We shot it in Georgia.
Oh,
Yeah. I was in a town called Covington. Then the camp itself was probably another, I don't know, half hour or something back.
This part would make me uncomfortable if I were you. That cast is largely a new cast. They're young. You're Kevin Bacon. Is that stressful?
I wouldn't say stressful. I'm not.
It doesn't seem like you're
naive.
comfortable with being a legend or anyone that people are like looking up to.
But you can just kind of cut that off at the knees pretty quickly.
As
just
you did backstage at the CMTs with me.
Right. You can just kind of roll up your sleeves and say, come on, what are we doing? I mean, here's what's important to me, that people are in an enjoyable and fun, safe working environment. I'm not someone that thrives with chaos. I like to take it seriously. If I'm doing a scene that is a heavy scene, I'm not going to be joking around in between takes, and people may go, oh God, he gets very dark. I can't turn it on and off like a tap. Some people can, but you don't have to call me by my character name, and you're allowed to look me in the eye. It's not on the call sheet that you can't look them in the eye, those kind of things. And in the case of this thing, John and I talked about, there was a level of built-in sort of leadership that had to happen. There were a lot of very young performers, people that hadn't really done that much. And in fact, he structured it so that first speech was the first thing we shot.
Oh, it was?
I don't even care if it's a child. I want us to be performers together.
Like the stage, you want it to be equal.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. It helps.
Do you have the mentor gene in you?
Not really.
yeah, that's fine. I asked it for a very specific reason. So I've recently realized I love it.
That's awesome.
And in doing it, I've realized how wrong I was about ever accepting anyone's mentorship. Like I always thought maybe I didn't deserve it, or don't waste your time on me, or I want to act like I know everything and I can't be vulnerable enough to say that you might be able to teach me something. All those myriad of reasons. What I never anticipate is that the person who's mentoring is getting so much joy out of it. Like that would have never occurred to me that it's for them.
How do you do it?
Well, Ricky, who your daughter works with, I've known him since he was doing stand-up before he got his first show. For whatever reason, he started asking me questions. I always made a bunch of time for him. I've spent more time talking to Ricky than you can imagine about things he's doing. And I find every time I got off, I was like, I loved that experience. But it really opened my eyes up to like, oh, I was actually kind of denying those people something as well, the ones that wanted to help me.
Okay, I'll start mentoring. Send me over your overflow.
Listen.
Call Bacon. Here's his number. What? Hello, Dax.
Fill me in.
Yeah, fill me in. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
That's a callback
Nice
too.
That's
callback, Monty.
yes.
We had
Thanks.
2 juicy callbacks in this episode. There's usually only one. Well, anyways, I watched it and I think it's a really, really cool concept. It's a really cool way to explore that, just as I loved Get Out's approach to racism this way. I think still, as much as there's like gay characters or trans characters on things, it's almost like they're just there sometimes. And it's not really an exploration of what their experience is. And this is fully that.
It fully is.
I think if I was a gay kid or a trans kid or whatever, I would like this movie like I liked Footloose. Like I would love to see yourself.
That was John's intent for sure. On the first conversation we had about it, he very specifically said that to me. I want this to be out on a platform that somebody could get in the rural South that is maybe closeted and is trying to keep this thing quiet, or if not, is estranged from the community, bullied, whatever, and can put that on and go, fuck yeah, that's
I
me.
see me. Yeah.
And I'm kicking ass.
And I'm going to kill this bastard who was so likable 70 minutes ago. Oh, this is what I was going to say. You're not that old. You know, there's still mentors out there for you.
Are there?
There are.
Dax could mentor you.
No, that would not be. That'd be inappropriate.
This doesn't happen all that often. And this is a terribly shameless name drop.
Oh, good.
But I was at a party not too long ago, and Al Pacino was there.
Okay.
And he was sitting next to someone that I know that I had worked with. And she stood up and she said, sit down and talk to Al. That was great. First off, he's also someone that comes from a lot of theater. I don't think he was looking at it as any sort of a mentor thing, and it's not like it was presented in that way. But for me, I was so enamored by him as a kid. And Indian Wants the Bronx was the first monologue that I auditioned for to try to get into my acting school. And being in New York in the 70s and working in the theater in New York in the 70s, he was such an icon to me in terms of like people who were working on the stage doing great shit, and then also in these amazing Panic at Needle Park with Sarah Bacot.
2 best movies ever made.
Yeah. To get that little hang, you mentioned there are still mentors around. He would be the only one that pops into my head.
Instinct, maybe still.
And him.
All right, you're going to hate this part, but here it comes. I think now, having talked to you for 6 hours.
I really got to pee.
Oh, we keep doing
Don't worry,
this to people.
I'm landing the plane right now. I think it's a little hard for you to accept who you actually are. I think the Footloose thing's like a little clue of that. Like you were a fucking rock star heartthrob. You just were. You could have rolled with it, as you now know.
Right.
I don't think you know so many people sit down next to you and they're next to Al Pacino. I don't think that has sunk into you. And I'm telling you, I'm looking you in the eyes and I'm telling you, I would have cut off a foot to be you. My
Is that
brother
a
and I.
Footloose joke?
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
was a
God.
ding, ding, ding
That was an
for sure.
accidental one. And now I regret
It was
it.
on
'cause I had it-
Don't been working so hard. I'm limping so hard.
These shoes don't fit. I'm playing it cool because I'm a professional. But I can't believe I'm sitting here talking to you. It is mind-blowing to me. I mean, I just worshipped you as a kid.
That's
I
so
wanted
nice.
to be you. Though I think the reason you don't mentor is you don't recognize that so many people would love to know how you be Kevin Bacon and how you navigate all this and how you go through 10 transitions and how you stay flexible and how you stay focused and how you stay hungry. You have all that to give. I'm just as excited to sit next to you as I would be Al Pacino, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, that's very nice.
Let's
But
put some Post-its on the mirror.
you got to get Al in here. He's very entertaining.
Does this kid have any idea
This,
what's
that would be the
going on?
whole episode. It's him just doing
I
it
got
back.
4 dead bodies on Venice Boulevard, Diane. I don't care if the goddamn chicken's cold.
Oh my God. Wait, I'll just
gotta
end.
let
I
him
know
pee.
you
We
got to
gotta let
pee.
him pee.
You
Yeah,
have to
now
pee.
I'm really nervous.
I know, but
Just go.
I
Just
appreciate.
fucking let it rip.
You'd be the
Weirder
first guest
things
that
that
ever
happen
happened
on
this
that
couch.
couch.
Yeah, you'd be the first.
I appreciate that though, because what is obvious is your ego is so healthy. You have such a.
Suspiciously so.
It's beautiful and wonderful.
Suspiciously so.
No, I think it has to do with your longevity. It's
I'm
like
on mushrooms.
okay, well, there we
He's
go.
detached
That's
his
it.
ego.
That's it. No, but I think that's why he can't see that, and I think that's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
but you can let a little of it in. You can let a little. Well, there's a reality. It's not even ego. There's just a fucking reality. I'm bowled over to sit with you. I'm now going to let you pee.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
hope
let you pee
everyone
now.
sees they/them, which is
Thank
on
you.
Peacock. It's out right now. Go right now. Watch they/them. Also, watch City on the Hill season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And let's keep that going for Kevin. Let's
Yeah.
let him renegotiate
Okay.
a couple of times. Let's do it. Kevin, this has been a fucking riot for
Thank
me.
you guys. It's
you.
really fun. And I'm a big fan of the show, as I told you earlier before you were rolling, or maybe you were rolling. And
Always
keep up the
rolling.
good work. It really is fun. It's great listening to.
All right, thank you. We'll be on the phone with the New York Times. Expect a call shortly.
Yeah, what the hell?
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
Okay, so you
I have a new bird.
have a new bird tattoo. It's awesome.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm so glad you like
It's
it.
really cool.
Obviously, you know, it's going to look better. It's covered in plastic and gooey right now. Like when I wash it, it'll be sharper.
I really like it.
Thank
You
you.
are almost at a full sleeve, my friend.
Yeah, we're almost there. You know, so what'll happen next is she has to tie this. It's like, what's that tree floating in the middle of nowhere? So this will become a cliff. And then there'll be a waterfall. So now this tree's up on a cliff and these birds are flying like in another zone.
And are you gonna do the spider web on the elbow?
Fuck yeah, of course I will.
For Halloween?
Tommy Lee style.
Are you
Joining a motorcycle club?
no, but you do look scarier
Oh, okay.
in a good way.
Oh, okay. But smiley still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you look cool. It looks cool.
Oh, thank you. It's enormous. Longest tattoo I've ever had. 6.5 hours straight.
Oh my God.
And Ruby crushed it. She really, really crushed it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it the same woman? And it is.
It is. And then Charlie popped in
Okay.
out of nowhere, like maybe hour 3,
Okay.
which was such a nice breakup of time.
Yeah, you got to chit chat.
Because I can't be on my phone either. I don't have one of these pop sticks things that everyone has.
Sure.
Pop-its? Pop-outs? Pop-outs.
pop outs.
Okay. So I can't really handle my phone with one hand. So I really was off my phone for 6.5 hours as well. So I'm just sitting there for 6.5 hours. You know, we're chit-chatting. We're getting some good chit-chat. But then all of a sudden, Charlie, Perfect 10 Charlie pops in.
That's fun.
And what's great, you'll love this. It's so textbook Charlie. When I got there at 12, Ruby said, oh, good. Charlie left his sunglasses here yesterday. Will you grab them? I said, of course. I'll see Charlie this weekend for qualifying.
Yeah.
And something in my head said, there's no way Charlie can handle not being with his sunglasses. Well, sure enough, he just stopped in. And then right when he walked in, I go, you here for your sunglasses? And he goes, yeah. Mind you, this
he didn't
tattoo
even
bar
know
is
you
in
were there.
Culver City. It's not like it's close to his house or his work.
Oh my God.
And I said, "You OCD motherfucker." And then he smiled so big. He goes, "Yeah, just couldn't. I needed to stop thinking about him. I had to just come get him to stop thinking." And I was like, "I love
What
you.
a brain.
I
Culver
love
City.
it.
There's just like nothing I will drive to Culver City
No.
for to pick up.
Sunglasses that I would have grabbed and given to him within the next couple days. But that's the power of his brain.
He knew you were going to be there, though? Or was it total
I think
happenstance?
Ruby said, "I'll send your sunglasses home with Dax."
I see.
Not good enough.
So he got a tattoo the day before?
He had been there the day before.
What did he
See,
get?
Ruby lives in Florida.
Exactly.
And so when she's in town,
You guys
generally we go see her.
Snag some time.
We go get some time. I guess she's our witch. What's going on? Did you have a serious exercise? Because you're in spandex pants, which you
Yeah.
never wear.
I'm in workout clothes.
Workout clothes, that's what we call them. Uh-huh. Don't need to say the word spandex. What were you doing in your workout outfit?
Okay, so I went on a walk with Callie.
Okay, like a hike or a walk?
A walk. We walked to
Maru?
not Maru, another coffee shop.
Competing coffee shop?
It's just a further walk. So it was, the purpose was the walk. but
Yeah,
then
the WOG. What was it?
Broome Street General.
Or was that all the way in Silver Lake or something?
Not all the way, but it's closer.
You know, I don't know about one thing over there. I just discovered Mix the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only because I searched salad bar near me. Like I was really looking for a Bob's Big Boy or a Sizzler.
Yeah.
And I ended up at a kind of cool place on accident.
When you told me that, I then, yesterday or 2 days ago, I tried to look for you for the salad bar you're looking for.
Oh.
I didn't find it.
No. Yeah, I don't know that they exist so much anymore.
I mean, Whole Foods has a salad bar. But that's not what we want.
It's not what we want.
Yeah.
No, we want to sit down and eat it. And then we go, oh, that cottage cheese was extra good. My next plate, I'm going to add more.
Exactly.
Yeah. I always think these things would be popular restaurants. Like, remember Family Style?
Yeah.
Because I had eaten at Kimmel's place and I was like, well, that's the answer. And then I also think salad bar, but
Yeah.
maybe no one wants I feel like if everyone wanted a salad bar, they'd be everywhere. And there's none.
Well, Family Style, as I told you, is
Exists.
pretty much happening at every restaurant these days.
Oh, okay.
Hip restaurants.
Oh, okay, great.
It's shared plates
We're young people.
for the
youth.
But salad bars, few and far between.
Maybe it's too cumbersome. Like we're in an area where square footage is at a premium. You can't dedicate like 200 square feet to this, big boy style salad bar.
You know what I think it is? I think people don't think it's hygienic.
Oh.
A lot of people are really disgusted by the idea of a salad bar.
Oh, boy.
I'm not, but some people are.
Ma and Aunt Sheila did poison that one salad bar
Yeah.
up in the Dalles,
She
Oregon.
ruined it.
Yeah, she might have permanently tainted. Do you think they're unsanitary?
I just don't want to think about it that much because I do like them.
Oh, okay, great.
So-
do you have a favorite when you go to Georgia back home?
No, I haven't had a salad bar in a long time.
And we still have a Big Boys here in LA. We have Bob's Big Boy in Burbank, but that's the only Big Boy I've ever been to that doesn't have a salad bar. They still have the delicious Big Boy salad with the signature proprietary Big Boy blue cheese,
Yum.
which is great. But that's what I'm really looking for is a Michigan Big Boys salad bar. Bunch of ice under all the things. The bowls are kind of sliding willy-nilly when you put the tongs in there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we went to Michigan 3 years ago,
Yeah, 3 summers ago maybe.
we went to Big Boys.
That was a bad one.
Okay, I was gonna ask you.
That was an embarrassment. That was really a bad
That
one.
was my question. Are you so enamored? Like, is your memory so overwhelming that you couldn't see that one wasn't very good?
That one was terrible.
Okay.
And it was an
The
embarrassment.
lettuce was rotting.
The lettuce was brown and wilted and not crispy, despite it being iceberg. Oh, you won't do this, but as an option for you, there's a great Big Boys off the 10
Okay.
on your way to Palm Springs in Cali Mesa. Cali Mesa is just past Riverside, so you're still about a half hour away from Palm Springs.
Okay.
There's a beautiful newer Big Boys, and it has a great salad bar.
Okay.
If you get there on the weekend, it has the breakfast bar as well.
Oh,
Got a hot bar and a cold bar.
this is good to know.
Yeah. You know what was great one time? I was in there by myself. I was like
Mm-hmm.
on my way to the sand dunes, and I stopped in for a salad bar.
Yeah.
And the waitress said to me, we had a celebrity in here a week ago. I kind of felt like I knew what was coming.
Oh.
And it was Kurt Russell. And I was like, that makes perfect sense. Kurt Russell had been at the same Big Boys a week before.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's exactly who I would think would be there.
Interesting. And you know him.
I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was in my mind before she said it.
And you didn't say what you always say, which is, can I guess?
Right.
And that would have been a great time for you to have guessed.
I did do that at a strip club, as you remember, in Oklahoma. And I was right.
No. Okay, you think you've told me all these stories you have not told me.
I have. Well, I'll tell it to you again.
Yeah.
Well, I may be outing him.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
Who?
Beep his name. Beep his name.
We'll beep.
I was driving to go do Let's Go to Prison. I was driving by myself. I decided I want to drive to that. It was in Illinois.
Okay.
And I had never taken this one route through America. So I went. I found myself in Oklahoma City.
Okay. Bombings.
I had, well,
just wanted to remind everyone.
Yes, very nice of you to remind everyone. And I always contradict myself. I don't like strip clubs. I really don't. But that's not to say I haven't been to them a dozen times. I have.
You've tried them all out just to make sure you don't like them.
What happens, I had a spell when I was doing Employee of the Month because I was in New Mexico. We were shooting nights. There was nothing to do on the weekend to keep that schedule.
Yeah.
And so I went while I was there. Whatever. I've been a handful of times. I don't like it. Okay. With all that said, I'm in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm in my hotel. I'm like, I want to do something. There's just a strip club right next door.
Okay.
I'm going to go in there.
Okay.
I go in there. Gail starts telling me that they've had one other celebrity come in there. And I swear to God, I said, was it? And she almost had a heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah. I just had a hunch. And he
That's
loves strip clubs.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's
He had a,
borderline addiction, it sounds
Not
like.
borderline.
Okay, he had an
Yeah.
addiction. He has an addiction.
but anyways, I said it and it was right. And it felt incredible. And her head almost spun. Like, how could I guess that out of all
That's
the
crazy.
different, quote, celebrities that are on the planet?
It's really fun to guess correctly. This happened, this ding, ding, ding. My favorite podcast, Nobody's Listening, right? Also,
Yeah.
shout out to all these amazing armchairies who are also now listening to that show and writing reviews for them. And
so
it's
good.
so wonderful because I listen like first thing and I get to hear some of them. And often it's like, I heard about you from Armchair Expert, and it makes me so happy. And one of you is from Japan,
Oh my God.
lives in Japan.
I'm embarrassed. I don't know. Konnichiwa?
That's Japanese, yeah.
I know such I know
know
a
nothing.
little bit of every language, and I'm so ill prepared for Japan. I met Nate and Panay yesterday for lunch at Katsuyu. We haven't been in probably 3 years.
Fun.
Panay and I are there first. We walk in. We're the only people there. It's 11:30.
Okay.
I say to the whole staff, "Good morning. How's it going?" I know I'm supposed to yell something else. We sit down. 10 minutes later, I hear someone's in there. Konnichiwa! Whoa! Everyone's yelling. Of course, Nate. Nate knows like 20 things in Japanese. The place is on fire. Everyone's in the best mood. And I'm like, well, that's textbook Nate Tuck right there.
He knows Japanese?
Enough to get everyone party pumped up.
Wow.
I was so jealous. And now it just came up again. I want to, I got nothing to say in Japanese.
It's okay. You don't have.
No more gato, Mr. Arigato.
See, this is why you don't need to push it because
I'm just trying to remember the things I might know.
I know, and I think that's a slippery slope.
It is.
Okay, so anyway, I was very, very excited to hear that. That made me feel so happy. We have a listener in Japan. That's amazing. And now Elizabeth and Andy also have a listener in Japan, which also makes me happy. Anyway, that podcast I was listening to, she's telling a story. Elizabeth is telling a story about she ran into somebody on a hike. Not you, separate
There's a
story.
different story
Separate
now.
story, yes.
Very reminiscent.
She's on a hike with her brother-in-law, Andy's brother.
Okay.
And they run into someone who Elizabeth was like, I used to know him a long time ago, like 15 years ago at UCB. And then she was like, I don't want to say his name, but he's recognizable.
Okay.
And Andy's brother had recognized him and whatever. And she was talking about this conversation, basically like he was so nice. And I, of course, I'm like,
It's
who is it?
Ben Schwartz.
He was my second guess, but I had a
Okay.
guess before.
Okay.
It's like not fair for me to say who it is because she specifically didn't say who it is.
Right.
But I texted her and I said, is it? And she said, yes. How did you know that?
Wonderful. How wonderful.
I felt
it's
so
the best
proud of myself.
feeling, right?
It's a really good feeling. Anyway,
It's like getting the daily double in Jeopardy or something.
I never got that. I'm bad at Jeopardy. As you'll hear on tomorrow's Flightless Bird. But I'm just bad at game shows
Right.
in general. Or like, I'm bad at
Trivia.
guessing. Yes. Remember when I tried to practice? Well, I wanted to learn to practice.
I remember that you wanted to learn to practice. Yeah.
Okay. Now that we talked about fun stuff, I have something upsetting to talk about.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're shifting gears.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I walked with Callie.
This is about the outfit. Back to the outfit?
Ish. Yeah. Back to the outfit. I walked with Callie, and then I walked here.
Okay.
And I haven't walked here in a while because it's been so hot.
That's right. Too hot.
But I was on a roll, so it's like, I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to walk to work today. I'm walking some more. I'm at a crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like someone touch across my back.
Oh, like with one finger. You're
Yeah,
showing
like
one
a
finger in the air. A
graze.
graze with one finger.
It's like, oh, someone's here who I know. I turn
Yeah.
around, and it is definitely a mentally ill, unhoused person.
Homeless person, individual.
And I was so freaked out.
Okay. Male or female?
Male.
Okay. Big or small?
Medium build.
Okay, medium build.
Not well. Not well. Not
and
well.
then when you looked at him, did he say anything?
He just stared. He like,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, like from a horror movie.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I immediately like averted my gaze and like looked for somebody else around. Like,
Sure.
is there anyone else here who could potentially help me?
Was this at a crosswalk? Were you
Yes.
waiting for a light to turn green?
Yes.
Okay.
Then he kept walking, and so it was fine. But it was really unsettling.
Yeah, gentle caress is not. We
it
can't be
was-
doing that.
It was not. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I
bet
felt really
not.
violated.
Okay. What would you have wanted me to do if I were there? Buy him lunch?
Give him some money. No, nothing, I guess.
yeah.
I mean, like, what could we do? There's
Yeah.
nothing to do. He was mentally ill.
Also, I don't ever sheriff the unhoused
yeah.
because
What can you
so many of them mentally are beyond any kind of
That's right.
adjustment to their behavior.
It would be so pointless. Like,
It'd be
if you.
pointless.
Well, here's the thing. If he continued.
I would fight one if I was attacked. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess that's if he, like, kept touching, then maybe
Yeah.
I'd want
Let's
some
spank him.
someone to intervene.
Yeah, pull down his pants and spank him.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
His pants were probably already down.
They weren't, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But I'm sure minutes later they were
Yeah.
down. And I was like,
I
what
can't
did
tell
he...
you how many nude adults my children have seen
I
in Los
know.
Angeles. 6 years.
Yeah.
You're just constantly at a light and you're like, okay, I see that person's entire butt.
I know.
If they turn around, am I going to see penis or vagina, or they got it hiked up a little bit? Oh, nope. It's all out on display.
I know.
And you always see titties. Titties are pulled out from underneath the shirt. They're just on full display.
I saw something really disturbing the other day. I walked by a woman who I don't know if she was unhoused, to be fair,
Sure.
but she was on meth, like
Okay.
100%, no
Yeah.
question, and she was pregnant.
Ooh, yeah, that's a
It was
bummer.
so, it's like a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in LA.
Yeah.
Now, that could bring me to probably way too long of a story.
Tell me.
So we ended up having Tuesday off.
Yeah.
The kids had Tuesday off.
Oh.
I said, kids, big surprise. We're going to do something. Not going to tell you what it is.
Oh.
Okay.
Pop outs.
Lincoln immediately didn't like the idea of not knowing what we were going to do.
Sure.
It's not for her.
No.
She likes to know what's going on, which, by the way, was kind of the point of the exercise.
Oh,
is I was
really?
hoping that she could have an experience where she didn't pick or plan or was in control and yet had a great time despite it. That was the ostensible goal.
Got it.
Everyone gets their shoes on. We're walking into the driveway. Already, I don't want to go hiking. No, it's not hiking. Don't worry. Okay. Well, what is it? I'm not going to tell you. Walk out of the driveway. Now we've walked past the cars. So now it's clear to them. We're not driving. Why aren't we driving?
Oh.
We're walking. Just everyone relax. We're just walking.
Okay.
Get about halfway down the street. We're now only 400 feet from the house, and the show's over. Lincoln's like, I don't want to do this. Where are we going? What is this all about?
She's anxious.
She's very anxious. And I make one half-hearted attempt to get her to buy in to the surprise, and then I surrender. I go, okay, do you want to know exactly what we're doing? Yes. I go, okay, I'll tell you. Please don't tell Delta. This is an aside. We're going to walk to the subway. We're going to get on the subway. We're going to go downtown. We're going to walk around downtown. We're going to see all the fun things downtown. We're going to eat at a favorite restaurant of mine, and then we're going to ride the subway back.
Fun.
She's not pumped on that. It's too hot to walk there. I don't want to ride a subway. I don't, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But we get her to go. And we get on the subway. Mind you, half of my therapy session just now was about this topic. So I got to try to give you the Reader's Digest.
Okay.
Get on the subway. It's the subway.
Yeah.
So there's interesting characters. There's all kinds of different characters. There's also super nice people. We start talking to this nurse who works at Cedar Sinai. She takes 2-hour commute from like Gardenia or something crazy. Which she likes to do because they give her $50 a week if she rides the subway.
Oh, wow.
She has a car. She digs it. Awesome.
Who gives her $50? The hospital?
Cedar Sinai. Yeah, I think instead of driving, if you
it's an incentive. Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, cool.
She liked it. She listens to podcasts, not ours. She'd never heard of ours. Yep. Again, Lincoln's not loving it. She's already in a bad mood. And so here's where all my issues come in. Now I get convinced myself, like, well, she's now got a story that this sucks. And no matter what happens, it's going to suck. She's only looking for stuff she doesn't like.
Right.
And I'm getting frustrated by that, but also trying to just accept that and surrender and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We get down to downtown LA and we get off at Pershing Square. Now, when you exit the subway at Pershing Square, it's all right there. Like you're in the thick of it, right?
Boy. How long is the ride? Sorry, I'm just curious.
No problem. It's like a 15-minute ride.
Okay.
Get off, and now there's a lot of activity,
Yeah.
We're immediately in the jewelry district. That's kind of cool. We're looking at the windows at all the diamond stuff. And now she wants nothing to do with this. I don't want to do this. I hate this, blah, blah, blah. So I have an aside with her. Do you want me to have Carly come pick you up?
Oh, wow.
You can do that. But we're going to continue on this.
Yeah.
But I can have Carly come pick you up if you want. This is one of these life decisions. If you quit now and you go home, next time we go downtown, we probably aren't going to invite you because we know you don't like this. So just make the decision knowing that it's going to inform how you get included or not into something like this.
Interesting. It's kind of like the conversation you had with me about shrooms.
About shrooms.
Yeah.
You're on this trip. You can like it or not.
Yeah.
So she soldiers on. They want to stop at a fruit stand.
Yeah.
Their attitudes improve. We make it to Bodega Louie. Have you ever eaten there?
Oh, I love it.
It's the greatest. An amazing desserts display.
Yes.
Macaroons, everything.
Yeah, it's
marble everywhere. It's so great. Yeah. Sit down, great meal. Well, now the girls are in a great mood. Why? Because we're with all the other rich people again.
Oh, wow.
It's air conditioned and it's nice.
And it's pretty in there. It's colorful.
Yeah. No one in there has got their titties
They feel
out.
safe in there.
Which is his own line of triggering for me. It's like, oh, see, they're already infected. Like they're super comfortable here because it costs a lot of money to be here.
Yeah, this is tricky. Yeah.
I know. So then lunch is concluding, delicious lunch. And Ling's like, I saw a park by the fruit stand. I want to go play in the park. I go, okay, but that's right next to the subway. I want to take you to LA Live. It's so fun to look around at all this. You could see the 2 stadiums that we have down there. No, I don't want to go anywhere. Another round of battling. What if I look up a playground on the way to LA Live? Whatever. Finally, I surrender. I'm literally saying the surrender prayer in my head. Like, God, I can't remember the surrender prayer.
Grant me
serenity, accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I'm like, is this one of the times I push her, or do I ruin every, I don't want her to be scared.
Yeah.
Anywho, we make it back to this playground. They play for a minute. I'm really lamenting, like, this didn't go at all as I hoped, and I don't really know why I feel it's so complicated. My feelings on this, I'm disappointed, I guess, in Lincoln a little bit. I'm questioning myself, why do you even need to pass this on to her? I think I want her to be someone who can go anywhere in the world and feel confident.
Oh, interesting.
I want her to feel aware, but comfortable.
Yeah.
I want the whole world to be open up to her. And how much of that is just my shit?
Yeah.
And maybe she's a different person. Maybe she don't want the whole world open. It's all complicated, right? I'm really wrestling with all these things. So then we get back on the subway. It's going to be 7 minutes before the train arrives. And now I clock a guy coming along, and he is walking right on the edge of the platform, right? And of course, Lincoln sees him right away too. So now we're both clocking this guy. And I pretty quickly realize, oh, this guy's hustle is he looks into down onto the tracks, and people who've dropped things, who of course are not going to jump onto active tracks to get it. That's his hustle. He goes and gets shit. So sure enough, now he jumps down on the tracks. Ugh. This is where you and I would differ too.
Yeah.
So now the guy's down on the tracks. He's jumped off the platform. If I'm being just dead honest, I am now aroused.
Yeah.
I'm entertained. I'm excited. Well, this is new. Where is this going to end? Is there going to be a close call? I don't think at all that the guy's going to get hit by a subway, but certainly this is an eventful thing. Maybe there'll be a close call. Does his shoelace get stuck? What's going to happen?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Something novel's happening in front of us.
Do you, okay, and I have a quick question. Is it okay if I ask questions?
Please.
Okay. Why do you think he's not going to get hit by the subway?
Because he has 7 minutes before the train comes.
But like, he's crazy enough to do that.
He wasn't insane. Let me add that.
Well,
he wasn't like,
He wasn't mentally ill.
he didn't, no, he wasn't like, you know, when you see people collecting cans, you're like, oh, I get it. They're doing that thing, but they're like, that's their thing. They're making
Yes.
money somehow. They're not panhandling. They
It's
got like a
probably
different.
not the person who touched me today.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this guy wasn't like, this guy was totally rational. He just wasn't afraid to jump on the tracks. I also was thinking like, there's a lot of electricity down there. I'm
Right.
pretty
There's
sure
so many things that can go wrong.
Absolutely. He's below us now at this point.
Oh my God. Okay.
Lincoln doesn't like it at all, right? She does not like it. And I'm trying now. I've got to curb my own enthusiasm, and I.
What is Kristen?
She's always she's in the middle, right?
Does she notice?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, oh, I mean, she would lived in New York for years. I'm sure she's just been in a gnarly subway a quadrillion times and seen presumably everything. So she's probably just desensitized to it.
Yeah.
But now she's talking Lincoln like, it's okay, he'll be okay, everything's gonna be okay. Oh, let me back up. I also had the thought, how much of my ego right now is involved in this? Is there any part of me that is frustrated that she doesn't feel incredibly safe just because I'm next to her?
That's smart.
And I even said to her, I'm like, you know, baby, yes, there's a lot of weirdos down here, but you're with me.
Yeah.
And a grizzly bear could come around the corner. No one's hurting you if I'm here. So maybe some part of my ego is like, well, she should feel dead safe because I'm by her side.
I see.
So I'm just checking that. I'm like, oh, I wonder if any of that's going on.
Yeah.
Anyways, we get back, we get home. Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
Thing's over. It's fine. Now, I'm getting the 6.5 hour tattoo. Ruby and her apprentice, Zaya, and I are all talking about trauma. We've all, they had some incredible stories, these two.
Yeah.
And it made me think of being in downtown LA. I said, you know, part of me wanted to say to my daughter, like, you don't even know what scary is. Like, you don't even, this isn't scary. Part of me wanted to be like, do you know what I had seen by 9? This isn't even scary.
Okay.
Right? And my frustration.
Sure.
Like, we're not even in a dangerous situation. Probably more ego. Who knows? Ruby says, you know, you said your dream is that you would like give your kids a childhood that didn't have any of the stuff you had.
Yeah.
And the result of that is when she sees chaos and danger, it makes her very uncomfortable. And she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And you know what? She's not going to like it when she meets a boy that is chaotic and dangerous.
Exactly.
You got what you wanted. It's not for her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I could have started crying. I was like, oh my God, that is the truth.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to give them a childhood that they could just be themselves without any defense mechanisms, yet I also want them to be very worldly
Yeah.
and fearless. And I have to recognize that, like, to get the one thing I really wanted most, I might not get the other thing, and I might have to be completely at peace with that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a part of me saying both goodbye to a version of myself that I don't need anymore, and further remembering she's not me.
Yeah. Yeah. And looking at the whole picture, right? Like, Lincoln is not a scared girl. Like, she does all kinds of things that a lot of kids would be scared to do.
Right. She's not arrested with fear.
Yeah, you don't need to be worried about the fact, like, oh, she won't do anything.
That's
she
true.
won't. She does tons of stuff. And
Yeah. She doesn't want to mix elbows with.
yeah, and like, who
crazies.
does? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
who? I mean, some people do, but
Me, I like
you
it.
do.
Yeah.
But her not is actually it's a healthy thing.
Yes, that's, I think, what Ruby
Yeah.
gave me the perspective of like,
Yeah.
this is the result of her not having seen a bunch of violence. This
Yes.
is, you know.
And I will add, because she's a girl going to turn woman, things are more dangerous to her just inherently. They will be in life than they will be for you.
Yes.
I mean, certain situations.
Well, that came up in therapy today. And so, yeah, the outside chance of getting raped. But it did cross my mind. I bet if you did a study, though, of 1,000 people, 500 like me, 500 like you, and you had them mix through the shit, I'm going to attract weird shit too. Like, I'm walking around like I own this space in front of me. And that also invites another guy going like, no, you're in my neighborhood. I own this space. I'd probably get killed first because I'm walking around very entitled everywhere I go.
Right.
And no one like punches a woman out in public to win glory or to show their dominance or their status. They punch out other guys. Yeah. Fights on the street are between guys.
Right.
So weirdly, in my inflated sense of self-assuredness and confidence, I'm probably also likely to get shot or the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah, that's
because
why
I'm inviting it in a weird way.
But that's why it can be scary
to be around me.
If you're in that mode, yes, because I know you're not invincible.
Right.
And that a gun will kill you.
Yes.
I know that.
Right.
And so
I haven't figured that out yet.
Right. So I know you're also incredibly capable and incredibly strong and can beat a lot of people up. And then I also know there are forces that you can't match. So yes, I do think that you're in danger too. Yeah. But I mean, there is no question. I think that small women are much more vulnerable.
But yeah, it just made me think of another thing of like the dude that comes out of a bar drunk and wants to prove his his mettle. You're not on his radar.
Well, unless he wants to rape me.
The gangbanger on the corner. Like you're going to get catcalled for sure. You're going to walk by, they're going to say really bad things to you. Yeah. I walk by, it might be get the fuck out of here that you're not allowed here.
But it also there might be I want money and that's an easy target because she can't fight back. They also, some might, but you're not in danger of being like raped. And
I totally agree.
That's where most of this fear lies is being overpowered. And there's lots of things that talk about surrender. You have to just be like, I know my place on this planet. Yes. There's only so much I can do.
Yes.
And that can be scary.
Yes.
It's like smart that she's looking and being like, that person I need to clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now she's juggling like 9 people she's trying to pay attention to. And it's probably not fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. This is for Kevin Bacon.
K-Bake.
It was very fun. I liked him a lot.
Very stoic man.
Yeah, but also some playfulness.
Playful.
Yeah.
But a self-assuredness.
Yes.
Calmness.
Coolness.
Cool factor. X Factor.
Easter egg. Okay. So the sauce on the table for fish and chips.
Oh, hold on a second.
Did it come to you?
Well, I certainly haven't been thinking about it, but it's a different day.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I have a different, maybe, awakenedness.
Yeah.
There's a malted topping that is on the table in a lot of English places.
But I'm worried.
Does it start with an H?
But I'm more. Oh, yeah, there's 2 things I'm going to say, but I don't know if what I'm about to say is what you're thinking.
Okay.
Horseradish.
No.
Okay.
Tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce.
No.
Okay, that's why I was worried it wasn't. Those are the things. I did a lot of looking. I could only find those 2.
If you type in malted dipping sauce, Rob, fish and chips, it's got the Union Jack on it.
This is a brand you're looking for?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a brand?
Oh, God. I think it starts with an H. Fish and chips condiment. Is that what you searched probably?
Malted dipping sauce for fish and chips.
I don't remember. It was a while ago, but I did look.
Malted vinegar. Put in malted vinegar. Someone's screaming at their dashboard right now. They just slathered their fries in it. And they're like, how could you guys not know about TBD?
London Pub.
There you go.
London Pub malt vinegar.
Yeah. Well, is that the name of it? No.
Yeah.
There's like a really popular brand of it.
Heinz.
You know, I used to go to O'Brien's in Santa Monica to get drunk.
Uh-huh.
They had it on the tables there. Yeah.
I mean, there's a Heinz malt and then a London Pub malt vinegar.
Okay. Forget it.
Okay. Now, we talked for a second about cutting, and then does your body release a little bit of its own opiate? I think we have talked about this before, but we'll talk about it again. My research says that your body has its own pain management using hormones called endorphins. Endorphins manage physical pain as well as emotional. When someone cuts, endorphins are released and helps cover up the emotional and physical pain. It will make you feel better for a few minutes and then you will crash again. Eventually, your body will build a tolerance to it and you will have to cut deeper and more frequently and more cuts at one time to get the same effect as before.
Diminishing returns.
Yes.
Danger, danger, Will Robinson.
The name of the cute boy in Euphoria.
Oh, the singer.
Yeah, the singer. His character name is Elliot,
Oh, okay.
and his real name is Dominic Fike.
Oh,
We loved
so
him.
sexy, right?
Yes.
Would you
loved
love
him.
to sex him?
How old is he?
Yeah, I was gonna look up his age
Yeah,
for you.
let's find that out before I answer.
You're very young.
Dominic Fike.
I am?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm not.
Like you're 35. You could bang a 20-year-old. There's no shame
I'm
there.
geriatric pregnancy.
No.
I am geriatric
Oh,
pregnancy.
and like a chart?
Yeah.
Ladies.
26. You could
Oh,
bang
that's
him.
fine. Yes, I would.
Yeah, okay. Now you're
Born
back.
in
No,
95.
that's my brother's age.
Well, it's not. You're not going to sex with
Younger
your
than-
brother. We're talking about
Ew.
Zach. What was his name?
Elliot. Well, Dominic Fike.
Dominic Fike. That's a cool name.
It is.
Your
Yeah,
new lover?
loved him. Loved him.
Oh. Would you want him to sing to you, or you'd be nervous he'd look at you while he was singing?
Oh, good question. I think he'd be good at not looking at me.
You think so?
Yeah, like when he sang to Rue, he wasn't looking at her.
I think he was.
I loved it.
Whatever he did to Rue, do to me.
Loved it. Wasn't
Would it be wrong? How old is Zendaya?
She's older, I believe.
she's
What's your ruling on me having sex with Zendaya?
no,
Too young.
26.
that's young.
21 years younger than me. That's rough. Okay, so the verdict was you could definitely have sex with Dom. And
And Tom
Zendaya is a
Holland.
no-no for me. That's ridiculous.
Don't you I'm going to let you decide that. She's of age, but
I'm at a hotel. I'm single.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at a hotel in London. I'm having dinner by myself at the hotel. I look at the table next to me. It's Zendaya. We start chatting. We have a really good time. She moves over to my table. Sparks are flying. It's really fun. This is key. She would love to have sex with me. That's key. That's hard to
is
believe.
Definitely key.
That's key and hard to believe. But in this scenario,
It's very consensual.
we're both in town for like 2 days
'Kay.
and we're lonely. And she's like, do you want to come up to my room? And I go up to her room and we make love.
Okay.
And then that's that.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
What do you think? What's your verdict on that one?
I think if she wants to, of course.
Right. But do you think ethically for me, I should go like, well, this person's too young?
No, I think it's if you are of age,
Yeah. But not 18. I can't. have sex
not
with an
18.
No.
No. There is a power imbalance that does have to be taken into account. I mean, other than like the generic power imbalance of you being an older man, she has a ton of power in this
Zendaya.
country,
Yeah.
in this world.
That's right.
She's a powerful woman. I love
powerful.
her.
Me too.
Love her. Seemingly confident and knows herself. But yes, she would have to make it very clear to you,
Yeah.
like, I want to do this.
Yeah. I've never
and-
been with a super old man.
No.
Can't wait to tell my buddies about this that I bagged an old timer.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay.
But yeah, it's nuance. You can't just
It
say
is.
18, 26. It's because another 26-year-old, I might say, I don't think that's ethically right.
I agree.
But
I'm with you.
For her,
but I
yes.
think for her, it's okay.
I do too if she is
Initiates
down.
it.
If she initiates,
Yes,
is
yes.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that is good. I don't want you to initiate and then for her to consent. I want
Right.
her to want it so bad.
Yes, that she's willing to listen to me cough in the morning and bend over like where my back hurts every morning.
Are you
Like,
gonna
all the
sleep
old people
over?
stuff. I'm just for the sake of a punchline to this story.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's got to hear me. Well, she's got to like listen to me futzing in my.
Are you gonna fart in bed?
Well, hold on a second. Before I even fart in bed, which is likely, I'm gonna futz around with my Dob kit for my intake breathe strips, right? So I can put it on my nose so I don't snort. Right? I'm gonna try
wow.
to be considerate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have this weird thing she's never seen on one of her young lovers. This big contraption on my nose. And then I have a handful of tissues, which I do in every hotel room. There's not Kleenex next to the bed, so I bring it from the bathroom over to the bedside table, the nightstand, so that I can blow my nose 6 or 7 times a night. And then in the morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be coughing and clearing my throat.
Yeah.
and I'm going to get out of bed and it's going to be like slow moving and I'm going to bend down and crack my knees like I do and then squeeze my knees into my chest to loosen up my lower back.
You're going to brush your teeth and you're going to gag.
I'm going to gag. Yeah. The harsh light of
Rob
daylight
is
is
making
coming.
the worst face right now. He's so disgusted.
Make sure you check your DMs after this episode.
Yeah, the harsh light of day is going to hit.
Yeah.
And she's going to be like, this guy is old.
Yeah, I think maybe you just leave after the lovemaking.
Okay. That's easiest.
Yeah.
What if she's in my room?
Yeah, don't kick her out.
Can't do that.
Maybe you should ask her, do you want me to stay? And it comes with all of this.
Right. A CPAP machine.
Yeah.
I don't have that yet, but.
And you can let her decide.
Right.
Anyway, okay.
Oh, also, I got a journal in the morning. Like, don't talk to me for the first 40 minutes I'm awake, because if I don't journal, I'm going to fucking relapse and disappear into the London streets. That's another thing you need to know. Also, I got to call my children and be on FaceTime with them for a while.
No, in this scenario,
I'm
you're
single. I'm single, yeah. But I'm also a little pathetic. If I'm 46 and I don't have kids and I'm...
No, don't say that.
Okay.
That is not true. If you are 46 and you don't have kids, it doesn't mean you're pathetic.
If you are 46 and you don't have kids and you don't have an ex-husband, it's not pathetic.
I'm not special. It's everyone.
I think if I, at 46, as a male actor, have never been married or been in a long relationship or have kids, it's pretty clear what I'm all about.
I don't think it has to. I really don't. I think having kids just to have kids.
Well, and the long-term partner thing. We got to add that.
Okay. Or having a long-term partner just because it's like something you're supposed to do doesn't mean anything to me.
See, for you, it's just a complete apples and oranges. For a guy who's been an actor for 25 years, who's been fucking and is still single at 46, I think there's a level of patheticness to it. I really do. You're not single because you love running through men.
No.
It's not pathetic at all. But I think most 46-year-old actors that have had my life still have never figured it out. It's a little pathetic.
But maybe they don't want a long-term partner. That's okay. Having a relationship is not for everyone, I don't think.
I don't either.
And
I'm talking percentages here. So I'm thinking look, I know a handful of older actors that never, ever had a girlfriend. The ones I've known have not been because they love doing the crossword puzzle by themselves in their house, in their own space and all that stuff. They're fucking a ton of women. A ton of women think they had a relationship with the person and they didn't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, that's all bad. But that feels different to me because is it okay to decide that you don't want to be committed to someone for life, but you can still have, of course you can still have sex and have fun.
Yeah.
Can you decide that for yourself? I think yes. I think men can too. I mean, I definitely think women can.
Yeah.
But I think men can. Like, I'd rather a man be honest about that for himself.
Right.
Than be like, I guess I'll do this thing I have to do and then not really be happy. Like,
well, I wouldn't
don't know.
want that for anyone.
Yeah. So I just think people are different.
I just think it'd be a little bit of a red flag if you want to date a guy and you were having dinner with him and he was 47 and he had never had a girlfriend for more than a couple months and you wanted to date him. They've shown you the proof. They have 47 years of showing you they're not going to be in a real relationship.
That's interesting. I don't know.
I don't know either. I can't wait because I offend people all the time on here. I've never heard from 47-year-old perpetually single dudes. This could be fun.
That are famous.
I guess what I find interesting is you're excluding people who've been divorced.
No, I mean, I would include... Oh, yes. I think if you've been divorced, that's good.
Right. But that, to me, is no different.
Well, what it tells me is like you were in a long-term relationship and you probably learned some things in the failure of that relationship that hopefully you're going to do differently in the next one. You have some real practice with it. You've cohabitated with somebody. Like if you want to be the first person a 47-year-old dude ever lives with, I just think that's dicey.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay. Now, it was a New York Times interview. He did do a New York Times interview, even though
Kevin
he
Bacon.
forgot. 2017. He did it, and it's called Kevin Bacon Knows You're Gazing at Him. Okay, now we talk about on accident versus by accident.
Yeah, he thought it was insane that we say,
Yeah.
I can't even remember which one's wrong.
We say
that
on
happened
accident.
That happened on accident. Yeah, which makes no sense.
It's supposed to be by accident.
Correct.
It says on accident is a variation found almost exclusively inside the U.S. So it's common amongst us, but it's
Okay.
not technically correct. Okay, I was looking at how many kids a year are put through some sort of conversion therapy. Approximately 700,000 lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender adults have undergone conversion therapy at some point in their lives, including about 350,000 who received treatment as adolescents. It also estimates 20,000 LGBTQ youth currently between the ages of 13 and 17 will receive conversion therapy from a licensed healthcare professional before they reach 18.
How many?
20,000.
Currently. Oh my gosh.
And approximately 57,000 will be subjugated to the controversial practice from a religious or spiritual advisor.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yikes.
That's crazy. It feels medieval and it feels like it stopped happening in the 80s,
I know.
but that's nuts.
I know. That's it.
That was everything.
Yeah,
Well, we covered a lot of ground.
we did.
We had a tiny little debate, just playful
Yeah.
slapboxing, I think we call it.
Oh, we're not calling it a dance. We could call it a.
I think our dances are more serious than this last thing about the 47-year-old. Do you?
Oh yeah, I didn't even
I
know
think
what
it
you
was
were
like
talking about. That's not a. That
That
wasn't
wasn't even a
debate.
dance. That was like we're both tapping our foot to the beat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
foot tapping.
Okay, we have something else to do.
Armchair Anonymous. We got to start Armchair Anonymous right now.
All right.
All right.
Love
Love you. Okay. I'm coming back in real hot because I remembered as soon as we stopped recording that it's HP sauce. That's what I'm thinking about.
That's your vinegar
HP
sauce.
HP sauce is a British brown sauce, the main ingredients of which are tomatoes and tamarind extract. It was named after London's House of Parliament after making its first appearance on British dinner tables in the late 19th century. It's the 1800s. HP sauce went on to become best-selling brown sauce in UK in 2005 was 73.8% of the retail market.
Ooh.
So I thought it was dominant. I was surprised that didn't come up. Oh, and it's owned by Kraft. It's Kraft Heinz Corporation.
Okay, and you were right about H.
I had the
job.
H part right. So HP, if you were screaming at your radio, of course, HP.
HP.
Love you.
V.
We are supported by Allstate. Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking your gas gauge before hitting the road? You genuinely thought you could make it? You were wrong. That's a very long stretch of highway where you learned exactly how far fumes can take you. And it's not far enough. Yeah, checking first is an excellent plan. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. And for fast, reliable help when you need it, add an Allstate roadside plan today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary. Insurance and roadside assistance plans are subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Insurance provided by Allstate North American Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Roadside assistance plans provided by Allstate Motor Club, Incorporated, an Allstate affiliate.